Yes, everyone, how are you doing? Misha, nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. I thought I saw Daniel there. Thank you so much. Keep coming, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. I'm waiting for my co-host to join me on the panel. She should be here in a bit. So yeah, she'll be here in about 10 minutes. So I still have enough time to like welcome everyone and just settle in. Can you guys hear me? Just confirm that my audio is good. Just confirm for me that my audio is good. Just confirm for me that my audio is good. If you're on the chat. And then I can put up my banner here just to, show you where we with the guest list and everything. Hey, Helen Akoya, nice to see you. How you doing, Helen? Helen, is the audio okay? Hey, Daniela Faye, welcome. Daniela, you are live like a moment ago, right? I popped in. I popped in briefly. I left you on a tab there briefly, Daniela. Welcome, Daniela, and happy Sunday. Hey Goga, I'm loving the blue. Yeah, thank you. I also love the blue. Today the mood was just blue. Today I just wanted to be blue. I wanted to be blue. I just wanted to be blue. Loud and clear. Yes, I'm waiting for Belinda. She should be here in a bit. She's the co-host, so whatever time she comes, she'll be ready. But the live stream is also happening on her channel, so you can run there and just give her a bit of support as well. You can jump on the other side and you can start like voting on the poll. You can start voting on the poll. Janela says, yes, I'm recovering from my workout. That is good. That is good stuff. That is good. That is good stuff. Hey, Peterson Farms is here. Welcome. How do you? Happy Sunday, Peterson. What's going on there in Nashville? Are you at the farm? What's happening? Welcome, Peterson. Yeah, guys, I'm just like, I'm having coffee. I'm half asleep. Like, it's the Sunday service and I'm sleepy. So I need to wake up a bit. So I'm having coffee just to, charge me up a bit as I wait for the call. Yeah, Bad Files, welcome, Bad Files. Nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. We are ready. Ellen, can you tell the co-host I am already on the panel? She needs to be here. She has like 10 minutes. She has 10 minutes for her to be on this panel. So tell her the live stream is also running on her side. So I want you guys to also just support the post. If you don't have the post, you can jump there on her side and just give her that bit of support. She's a monetized channel. She needs to like get that ad revenue going on and stuff. Yeah. Bad Files, the Bad Files. How are you doing? How are the boys doing? Welcome. Misha, what did I want to ask you? Forgotten. I will remember. Hey, Wamuyu Rainbird, nice to see you. Hey, Sweet is here. Thank you so much, Sweet, and congratulations. Oh my goodness, Sweet sent me the most amazing message yesterday about her baby, and it was just amazing. That baby from oh my goodness. Those are receipts I will discuss later. But thank you so much, Sue. And guys, allow me to acknowledge my first blessing from Sweet. Not Sue, sorry, I meant Sweet. Allow me to. Hey, I have double blessings. I have Sweet. This is Sweet Escape. So I have blessings from Sweet. Sweet has given me double blessings. So I'm just going to give her like a water. Let me give you a water, Sweet, because Sweet, you made me so happy yesterday. I went to sleep. I was so happy because of the good news about your son. The last time I spoke to Sweet, she was expecting a baby, and now it is so amazing to see how the baby is like all off. That's like a very it's a very sweet bundle of joy. It was such a beautiful. You brighten my day. So Sweet, this is for you. May your pot brim with abundance. May your pot brim in abundance. Sweet, that is for you. And thanks so much for the double blessing coming through. Hey, another second blessing coming through. Hey, Sweet, why are you spoiling me like this, sis? And now that you're back on this whitey street, we need to have a conversation when you're going to join the Sunday service. I know you're going to use the baby as an excuse, but again, double blessing. May your pot brim with abundance. Thank you so much, Sweets. I really appreciate the blessing, and may your pot keep overflowing. Hey, Nderitu, welcome, Nderitu. Nderitu is in the building. Nderitu, have you finished your live stream? I'm in a marathon on another one. Yeah, I know you are really trying to push that WH. You do it. Hey, Lisa J Stocks, welcome, Lisa J Stocks. Nice to see you. Wamuirenbag, once again, nice to see you. Hey, Bonfas Koi, I see you there on Facebook. Thank you so much for coming in. Special Ability Learning, welcome, Sal. Nice to see you, our amazing sister from Nigeria. thank you so much for popping in. And Deritu is having, I think, a live stream that should be going on for like over 12 hours right now. Deritu, you need to do 12 hours and then you start another one. Keep working towards that WH. You have to get monetized this week. Laura is here. Laura says Sharon Shield raid. Wow, Sharon Shield has managed to raid. Sharon Shield has managed to raid. I am so impressed. Whoever else wants to raid, can they raid Belinda Melvin as well? Because I'm having like we're having a double stream. Sharon Shield raid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sharon Shield, for the raid. That must be a first raid. I've never been on Sharon Shield's raid. I have never been on Sharon Shield's raid. That must be a nice one. Welcome, Sharon Shield. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in, Sharon Shield. The captain is here. Sharon Shield, the raid has landed. Sharon Shield, you can read. Sharon Shield, you can read. I need to check. I left you on a tab running. I need to check whether you did it. Blessings, Aliswa. Welcome, Aliswa. Nice to see you. I'm just waiting for my guest, and then we can start the show. But you can do me a favor and also jump on her live stream and give us some bit of support. Terry Kimani coming through with the Sharon Shield raid. Oh my goodness, Sharon Shield. I got a raid from Sharon Shield. Let me give it. Hey, Sharon Shield can fly a jet. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Sharon Shield. And I think this is like, I think this was her second live stream that I've been to. Welcome, Sharon Shield. Thank you so much for the redirect. Thank you so much for that page. And thanks so much for bringing the entire flight here. I see Dida Safari. I see, oh my goodness, I'm well. Angeli Vlogs is here. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, Sharon Shield can read. I am so impressed. My co-host is here. I can see her there behind the scenes trying to like prepare. I can see her there preparing, so I'll just put her up there temporarily so that she can start getting used to the screen. You can see her there before she unmutes and starts greeting new people. That is Belinda Melvin. Thank you so much, Sharon Shield, for the raid. I really appreciate it. 23 million people across all the houses. If you don't have Belinda Melvin, you need to jump there. She's going to be the guest tonight. And tomorrow we are attending her monetization party. It is going to be the monetization party of the ages. You have to be there. I see Tamika Davis. Welcome, Tamika. Tamika, once again, nice to see you. I know I was with you earlier on at PMC's. Thank you so much, Tamika Davis. Dave Walker is acknowledging 1 month of trust at Belinda Melvin's channel. Thank you so much, Dave Walker, for the trust there on Belinda Melvin. I see that Belinda is getting excited there. My channel number. Thank you so much for the 1 month of trust. Thank you. And guys, you are all invited. You are all invited for Belinda Melvin's monetization and 2K milestone party tomorrow. I am honored once again to be the master of ceremony at that event tomorrow. It will be starting around this time. It will be starting exactly around this time tomorrow on her channel. But today, my guest, we are going to discuss journalism. We are going to get tips from journalism. We are going to learn so much from her. We are going to learn so much from us so that tomorrow is just partying. Tomorrow we are not discussing anything serious. Today we are discussing the profession, and then tomorrow we do the party. So if you don't have Belinda Melvin, aka BMW, the only lady whose acronyms are like a very good luxury car, you know, BMW, that's German machine. So that is her name. So if you don't have BMW and she will talk to us about BMW, please make sure that you have her. Jerry Kimani saying, thank you so much, Captain Sharon, for a smooth flight. We landed safely. I am so impressed Sharon can redirect because this is the second live stream, I think, and the first time I don't think the first time she didn't fly us. So I am so impressed that she was able to like put us here on a flight. Sharon Shield, thank you so much for the redirect and thank you so much for the raid. Well done. To many more flights. Goga, the music is too loud. If the music is too loud, we say you are what? You are too old. Just kidding. Let me reduce the music. Ellen, why did you say it's too loud? It's only at 50. What if I make it 100? Thank you so much, Ellen, for that. Thank you so much, Ellen, for that observation. I am not repeating myself. If people didn't hear what I've been saying. Sharon Shield, I was saying thank you so much for the blessing. Dave Walker, thank you so much for the 1 month of trust. My course looks ready, so let me get my headset and then we can start this conversation because I need to hear her. Oh yeah, that was loud. Oh my goodness. That music must have been very loud. Not that Helen was saying, Goga, the music is too loud. And I'm like, yo, Helen, leave me alone. Leave me alone with my music. Hey, Flo and Ted, welcome. Belinda, can you hear me well? Just say something.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. You're good.
Hey, I love the audio. Guys, can you hear the co-host? Can you hear the co-host? Me, I can hear loud and clear. I can hear loud and clear. Yeah. Why people? Dida is like making fun of Helen. Helen, you are too old. No, if the music is too loud, you are too old. We say here at Goga, my music can never be loud. If my music is loud, you are too old. But anyway, I know I'm just making fun of Helen. But it is what it is. Greetings, co-host. Guys, if you don't have Belinda Melvin, jump. Her name is literally on the description of my video. You all know Belinda Melvin. She supports a lot of us. So make sure you do that. But before we start, I'm going to take a moment just to do something, and then I can bring her up on the panel as soon as I've played this. So I urge you guys to keep quiet. Stop chatting for a moment. I have a surprise for you. So this is what I want you guys to just concentrate on for the next 30 seconds. 30 seconds, I promise. All right, so this here we go.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Yes, that is the official invitation to the Belinda Melvin monetization party tomorrow. That's why you need to jump on her channel. Then you go click under SVP because that party is going to be lit. It's an all-white party. Me, I already have my outfit. It has been imported. God knows from where. I will disclose tomorrow when I reveal it. My outfit has already been imported. I am ready. If I am ready for the party, what is your excuse? That beautiful lady has organized an all-white party tomorrow. So you need to RSVP at the event. We are the only people who can host parties on Monday, and you are not going to do anything. You have to attend. You miss that party. Have you seen that video? That is my moderator, Helen, who really put it up together, and I was just like, yo, Helen has outdone herself in this invitation. So that's what we are going to be doing. That's where we're going to be tomorrow. But today, we want to have a conversation with Belinda Melvin. She's going to introduce herself. But I want her to just settle in. Are you comfortable? Is everything ready? Are you ready for this show? Do we still need to give you a few minutes to get your tea, water?
I'm good.
She says she's good. If she's good, then I'm good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're already on the 16th minute mark, so we're just going to start the show. Helen will try to help me out on the chats there. I want, hey, Juliet Olabinjo, welcome. Juliet, I want you to be the moderator on Belinda Melvin's side. You just welcome people there because we may not be focusing on the chats a lot because we'll be listening. So yeah, you can be helping us welcome guests there on Belinda Melvin's side. And of course, Helen, is here to welcome my people. And yes, guys, if you don't know the co-host and you're just meeting up for the first time, you're going to jump on the click. Use the name I've pinned there on the top of my chat. Now you can click links. By the way, yes, we are using horizontal. We are not on vertical. And don't tap the screen, guys. There's no tap here. Just give us a thumbs up. Don't tap. We are on horizontal. We are not on vertical. So just tap. And then it will be able to take you directly to our channel, and then you can also watch the live stream from there. Actually, go there, watch the live, and stay there. Watch the live stream from there. It's okay even if there are 0 people watching on my side, but I want people to be on the party. The party ladies are familiarizing with tomorrow. All right. So Belinda Melvin is not just like a supporter to most of you, but Belinda Melvin is a lot of things. She's a journalist by training. She's a content creator. She's a lecturer. She wears so many hats. She's a sister because I do know the sister Juliet. She wears so many hats. But today I asked her to come and speak to us about one thing, and that is really based on her profession. Because what I realized is that most of us, when we start our YouTube channels, we, by accident or not, we somehow become like journalists in a sense, but we are not technically, we don't have the training. And I was telling her when I was preparing for this interview that I have 2 college degrees, but I don't, none of them has anything to do with what I do on YouTube. And when I come to YouTube, I automatically feel like I'm a journalist because I have to do some fact checks. I have to I have to do interviews. These are things I didn't do in school. They're not things that I studied in school. So in effect, we end up having some element of journalism when you're starting off on our channels. And that sparks the debate. Where is the gap between content creation and journalism? Are content creators journalists? It's still the debate, the jury is still out there. Are journalists content creators? It's still one of those things. And before we get into that, Belinda Melvin, you have an amazing super chat there from Italis. Italis has sent you your blessing. Italis has sent you your first blessing. Let me put for you my water, because I know you don't have your water.
I do have.
By the way, can you click on your water from there? I'm very curious whether you can click on it from there. If you are in a multi-stream, I'm very curious.
Just use you as you're good.
All right, good. So yeah, so guys, so this is why Belinda Melvin is here. We'll talk about the party later on. So thank you so much, Belinda, for really honoring the invite and the call to join me and everybody else for the Sunday service. We are really excited and we want to learn as much as we can. We want to learn what are these tips that we can borrow from journalism, and also just like bring them into our space as content creators, because it's all about learning in this space, and we are always very eager to learn. So without further ado, please introduce yourself to these people. I know you already know most of them, if not all of them. So please do introduce yourself to all these people so that they can get to know you, and then we'll get started on our conversation. All right. So there we go. Take it away. Can you hear me, Belinda? Oh, I lost her. She's frozen there for a bit. Let's wait for her to come back. I lost her. Just give her a few minutes. She'll be back here. I can say hi to people. Hey, Flames. How is everyone? Guys, let me lose these things. The drip. Njeri, nice to see you again. I seen Nderitu. Nderitu is saying, Nderitu is coming here with a ninja. Nderitu is on a marathon, y'all. Special ability. That is Olabinjo saying hi to you. Goga, she is set. The water is ready. I know. She looks set. Aliswa, nice to see you. Okay, she's back. Give us like a minute and then she'll be here. Just waiting for her audio to connect, and then we can start. All right. There we go. All right. Just waiting for it to load. Anshul Vlog, nice to see you. Welcome, Anshul. Oh, there we go. So Belinda, please take it away.
Where do I start from?
Yeah. Just introduce yourself in the best way you know how.
Okay. So, hello guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're tuned in from. And thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Belinda Melvin Wanyangu, also known as BMW. So BMW, it's derived from Belinda. M stands for Melvin. And then W, it's my surname, Wanyangu. So Belinda Melvin Wanyangu, hence BMW 254, my country code. So Belinda is a sister. Belinda is a daughter. She is a journalist. Belinda is also a lecturer at Uzuri Institute. I've practiced journalism for close to half a decade. And today I'm here just to share few basics on journalism, because like Goga said, content creators, they're journalism by default. I would say that we are all journalists. The only difference, the gap between like I and you guys is because the gap is like I went to school to study that, but you guys are doing it. So we are all journalists. And that's why I'm here today, to share my journey. Never mind, there's someone I'm talking and she's like...
I love it. Can you tell your
Okay,
can you tell your production assistant to like be serious? We are I know, because I know there's someone holding the camera, doing your lighting, she did your makeup. Tell your production assistant, I know her very well. So tell her that we are in serious business now. She should be making laugh.
yeah.
But that is good.
Yeah. So
I'm glad Juliet is there making you relax. Yeah.
yeah. So basically that is Belinda. Yeah. And I'm a content
Nice.
creator, by the way. I'm a
Yeah.
content creator. It's now like a year doing content, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Wow, I love it. And we have Guru Visuals. Guru Visuals is watching us and says he's a journalist too. Guru, I believe you are joining us all the way in India, right? But I like what Guru says. The journalist knows the laws. So the rest of us are just winging things.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
rest of
yeah.
us, the rest of us are just
Mhm.
winging things. So I can already see the journalists in the room are ready and excited and ready and excited. I did I did put up a poll. I did put up a poll on my live stream just to like find out from people, what is their take on this. And I just want to see the results of the poll because we've been on here for about 20 minutes. So let me just like assess what the people are saying there on the poll. When I look at the votes on the poll, just bear with me, guys. 97% of you agree with because I asked you to vote on the statement. I asked people to vote. anyone can be anyone can be a content creator, but not anyone can be a journalist. 97% of you said I agree. 3% of you said you disagree. 0% of you, I gave a control answer there. Content creation is the new journalism. 0% of you voted on that. So it's still amazing. We are still having that debate. So I'll keep that poll there for a while, just for us to be able to understand. Guru Visuals is from Kenya. Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought you're from India for some reason. Guru Visuals, I think I need to connect to your house. Welcome, Guru Visuals. I don't know. I thought you're from India because I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Sonu Online Guru in my head. I'm thinking of Sonu Online Guru is from India. That's the person I was thinking about. So welcome, Guru, and thank you, Anshul and Radhika, and the husband and wife are all here. Thank you so much, guys. Please support the co-host by also just jumping and clicking on the link on the link that is on her name. Her channel is called Belinda Melvin, just as the name as the name like says on the screen. Jump there so that you can give her a bit of support, so that you get to understand more from her. So I like what you said about you've been in journalism for half a decade. And I like what you said. We are all journalists. It's just that the difference is that you said it in a very diplomatic way. The difference is that you went to school for it. The rest of us are learning on the job. We are winging it literally. We are literally freestyling in the profession.
Yeah.
In your opinion, as a journalist who has gone through the training, and this is what actually you do on a day-to-day basis, what are some of these foundational skills in journalism that you think are essential for us as content creators to master? Let me tell you, I am not going to sign up for journalism school. I like to think I'm kind of done with school, because school is very stressful and I'm kind of old. So I'm just like wondering, what are some of these skills that are very basic that you learned in journalism and you've practiced in journalism that you think we can borrow as content creators?
So what we need to understand is journalism. Let me start by defining it first. I can't assume everyone knows what it is. So yes. I'll say it is the process of news gathering and disseminating information to your audience. Or in simpler terms, I can say journalism, it's storytelling with a purpose. The purpose can be to educate, to entertain, to inform, to influence. It depends on which angle you're taking it. So I'll say journalism, it's storytelling with a purpose. And in journalism, I think what we do differently, we do like the Guru Visual has said, is we have the ethics. The ethics, basically, these are code of conduct. And then we also have the law. So while at school, we learn something known as media ethics and regulation, and media law and ethics. So media ethics, it's basically how, Belinda, I conduct myself. And then media law now comes in. What if I do this and I go against the law? What will happen? What's my so journal? I'll say it's so wide. It's so wide because it's so wide. Under journalism, one can become a photojournalist. One can become a print journalist. We also have one can become an editor. One can decide to become a producer. And like the field is so broad. So you also have the aspect of you like identifying your niche. What is that one thing that you're so passionate about, and then you focus on that. So there's a lot. Like with the skills, I would say for you to become good at whatever that you do, especially now we as the content creators, because I know, like I said, we are all journalists. The difference in here too, but we are all journalists. So for you to be good, one, you need to prepare, like do a proper research whenever like you want to do a story, because with us, before creating content, I do not know, but if you ask me on my side, even if I'll come with those sitcoms, it's not something that I'll just wake up and say like, today I feel like I want to talk about this, and then I sit down. And sometimes I sit down, I do my research, and then I draft my points down. I know that I'm going to talk about 1, 2, 3. And so one, you need to prepare yourself well. You also need to do a proper research under the preparation, get to know what you're going to talk about. And also, like, if it's the idea that you are having in mind that you want to do, like me, I'm so passionate with matters health. I love health stories, though I haven't been practicing, like I haven't been doing stories along that side. But the moment, years back, as I was practicing journalism, I used to have like health stories. So with health stories, what normally happen is I'll look at the calendar of events. Calendar of events actually helps you to know, like, on this day, what do people need to know about certain disease. Like last month, the world was celebrating, June was set aside to like create awareness on men's mental health. So supposing I was like to tell a story from that, then I'll have to do my research, get to see what does World Health Organization say about men's mental health and stuff. So I'll use like when doing research, I'll work with calendar of events, because calendar of events will help me know, like, on this date we're celebrating this, on this you're celebrating this. So I'll just organize and then see, am I booking an interview with someone to do, like, to help me create awareness or rather shed light on that. So I need to like get to understand, prepare myself, do a proper research before conducting that interview. Also, for you to be good at content creation, like I said, we are all journalists. And for you to be good at it, you also need to like be knowledgeable, get to know, like, what am I talking about? Because you can't come to people, talk to people about cancer, and you don't know what it really entails. So you need to do a proper research, know whatever that you're talking about, so that when you come to your audience, you do not like look totally green. Another thing, it's also listen to other shows for you to be like a good presenter, even with content creation, because I normally relate it. I see, like, when you're doing a live stream, the first time I did that, thanks to Helen Akoya, because she actually pushed me to do that. I related it to when someone is on radio. With live stream, you'll come, you'll talk. But the good thing now with live stream and with radio, live stream, you're able to like see people who you are chatting with. But with radio, you talk and you do not know whether someone is listening to you or doing their own things. So to some point, you are like crazy. You're talking to yourself. You do not know who is listening. So you also need to like listen to other shows. I want to be good at whatever that I do. I can go check Goga. How does Goga does his live stream? Okay, I can't be like Goga, but there are some tips that I can borrow from you. So listen to other presenters, listen to other content creators, check their work. not necessarily like if I go to Helen's place or if I go to Italy's place, when I see whatever that is doing, I have to do exactly whatever that is doing, but I can borrow ideas from that. Also, as you like come up with content, come up with the content that you want to share with your audience, sometimes it is also good you sit back, just watch your work, because I used to like fear the first time like I did my first story. I was even afraid of watching myself. So like I pass over the production room and I see people are like, yo, you have a good voice, and I'm like, no. So personally, people are saying I have a good voice, but with me, with me, kuna that kafia in me, like I do not want to watch myself. But again, if you do not like want to watch yourself, you do not like want to listen to yourself, how will I be able to tell that I'm doing good? So the only way that I can be able to do that is when, after I'm done maybe with this interview, I'll sit back. But by the way, I'll have to sit back, create time, watch and see the next time like I'm invited in a panel. Because with me, it's me who normally does the interviews and stuff. But today now the interviewer is being interviewed. It's something else. It's crazy.
Yeah, I
Now
like that.
it's me being interviewed.
I like that, and it's a very good, it's a very interesting dynamics, because I was just running like your pictures on the screen, the pictorials on some of the things you do just to showcase. This was you, I think, doing a reporting at the hospital. This was you doing your first anchoring at TV Magharibi. This is you at Uzuri. And one of the things that stands out, especially when I was looking at these pictures, was the interview segment where you sit with with panels, and you do know how to facilitate like these groups. Like you can be in a conversation, having an interview in a group setting, and it looks like so much work. Like what is this? But one thing I like when you said it in the introduction was the storytelling aspect of a journalist. Do you think as content creators we tell enough stories? Because most of us will be thinking of storytelling in the sense of once upon a time there was a young man, or something like that. Storytelling skills. Storytelling doesn't come natural to most of us. Yet as content creators, sometimes I know our storytelling may not be like the same storytelling you approach, in the journalistic sense, because as our stories are very, you're going to chase a story on something, Men's Mental Health Month, and you have to like curate something that that is affecting the men in the community. What are some of the efforts that have been made? So there's a bit of like research, getting some data in there to tell a story. What if storytelling doesn't come naturally to me? Like, how do I build? And I don't want to go to journalism school. Remember, you are like you are our teacher on hire. Like you have to do for us, journalism for dummies. Storytelling doesn't come natural to most people. How do we build storytelling? Because I love that as a skill. The fact that you put it in the definition. We can handle the camera for sure, but the journalist will tell you that there's a photojournalist, and me, I'm like, a photojournalist against me. I just go and take my camera, boop, I've already captured. But there's something that photojournalists look at something else. You see that sometimes you see these pictures on the newspaper, and you're like, yo, that picture tells a story even without any words. Like, and I think that is an aspect of photojournalism. And of course, now there's the writing. There's when you are to capture the story, let's say in print, like, of course, as YouTubers, we just need to do videos. Thank God we don't have to write anything. The only thing we struggle to write, of course, is the description. And I've watched your videos, and I see even the kind of descriptions you put in your videos, and I can see the journalism in you, even in the description. Like there's something. It's like a summary of everything, but you don't want to give the meat of the interview. You don't want to give the meat of the interview. Sorry, there's a bit of an echo. Let me just see.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do we build storytelling?
Me, I would say, like, no one was born knowing everything. Learning, like they say, it's a continuous process. Each and every day you are learning something, you are unlearning something, you are relearning already what you know. So I'll say, like, if you want, we with us now, I'll keep on insisting that we are journalists. By the way, the ones that content creators are practicing, I'll say it's citizen journalism. I'll term it that way. So we are all journalists, and these. So with storytelling, even if you ask me, like, I wasn't good at it, but watching what other journalists that I love in the industry are doing, and also practicing each and every day. When you do something, you repeat it. I do it today, I do it tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, etc. So repetition is the mother of skills. So you do it today. You don't have to be perfect, because no one started, like, being perfect, like, at everything. I go to my channel, sometimes I scroll down, and then I look at how I started. I just laugh at that young Belinda, the voice and stuff. So you don't have to be good. You just start with whatever that you have right now. If it's storytelling, you just tell your story the best way you know. And the best way, like, you can tell a story sometimes as content creators is learn to carry the talk. Learn to carry the talk. Because if I come here, I talk about journalism, I've been in the industry. So when you listen to me, you can relate with what I'm trying to say. If you are invited to another panel as a content creator to talk to other content creators, you understand the struggles that they go through, the humble beginnings and stuff. So I'll just say that learning never stops. So you just have to learn, because no one was good at it the first day. And trust you me, your first day will not be good. It won't be perfect, but you just have to try. And once you do it, do it all the way. Like, do not do it today and then tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. Because with editing, like, I'll say, with editing, nowadays, like, they have made it easier for us. We have the apps that have made it easy for us. You ask our students about editing. When they see you editing with CapCut, they will tell you CapCut it's not for profession. CapCut is for the ones who are creating content. So it has made it easy. But when you're being taught like how to edit using the Adobe Premiere Pro and stuff, you realize that if you do not like practice, like, I do it today and then I sit there and then I'll be comfortable. The day that I'll feel like I want to do editing, it's when I'll do it. You'll find out that each and every day things are developing. Even the softwares, there are new features that are coming in that if you, like, sit down and relax and get comfortable, then you'll be left behind. So in other words, what I'll just say is, do it all the way. If you decide, like, you want to become a storyteller, do it. You don't have to be perfect. Just do it, believe in yourself, and take one step at a time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Sorry, there's a bit of an echo. Let me just
mute you briefly.
Okay. Yes, it definitely does make a lot of sense, and I think I get it. And I like how I'm seeing now the parallels between now content creation and even journalism, in a sense. Like, you have to start from somewhere, and the power of repetition in building that mastery in whatever you are doing. I like what Real TBT Kenya, who is watching us, is saying: Mwananchi reporting, citizen journalism. And that brings me then to the next aspect of what you just said when you are doing the introduction, which is the distinguishing factor between us content creators and you journalists is that you guys have the rules, you have the laws, you are taught the ethics that that come with reporting. Visuals, Guru Visuals just also talked about it, that the journalist has the laws, but the content creator wings it pretty much, and without any regard when it comes to the laws. Some of us don't even know about the laws. Like, we go drop content. And remember, during our inception call, I was telling you that I was helping this content creator the other day because they got a copyright strike, and it's because they went and captured something in the news, but they didn't capture it. For them, they wanted, it was viral there was blood. I am going to be famous on YouTube. But then YouTube flagged that, and then I remember from journalists, from a journalistic perspective, even when you watch TV, they normally don't show those things. Like, they normally censor certain things. They can never show those particular things. So I don't know why he expected that he was going to get away with it also on YouTube, because he instantly got a copyright strike. Thankfully, at least it didn't cost the channel, because it was his first sin against YouTube. But when sometimes I look at even the rules around YouTube, I feel like they mirror like maybe what would be the laws, in journalism. Maybe talk to us more about what are these rules, what are these ethics that people need to observe from a journalistic perspective.
Okay, I noted 5. I noted 5 of them that I'd like to share with us. And like I said, ethics, these are prescribed or accepted code of conduct. So as a content creator, how should you behave yourself? How should you conduct yourself? And then the aspect of law comes in. If Goga was to do this and then you went against the rules and regulations set, what action will be taken against you? So I have 5 core principles of journalism. The ethics one, number 1, even this also applies to us, because I normally with content creation and journalism, I don't see the difference. Whenever I'm here, I feel in as much as I'm not practicing journalism, but I feel I enjoy doing content creation because it gives me joy. It's something that I love to do. So number 1 ethic will be truth and accuracy. Truth and accuracy, that is to say, we can't guarantee people the truth, but with us getting our facts right, it's something. When we talk about accuracy, you have to check on your spellings, you have to check on the numbers, you have to check on you have to check you just have to be accurate. Let's say if now I call Goga, sometimes I see people they call you Gogo and stuff. With some people, you want to have riffraff with someone, call my name, especially my surname, because that is one thing that I find people having difficulties when it comes to them pronouncing it. So you'll hear other people saying Wanyango, and I'm no, it's not Wanyango, it's Wanyangu. You have to be accurate. Call it. You have to ensure that you get your facts right, because other people will get annoyed when you do not pronounce or rather write their names well. So you need to be truthful, tell the truth in everything that you do, and you also need to be accurate. That is ethic number 1. Number 2, you also need to be accountable. Accountability, it's basically that act of us being responsible of our action. Sometimes we mess up and we fail to hold ourselves accountable, or instead of us taking responsibility of whatever that you've done, we end up blaming on someone else. So as a content creator and also as a journalist, I feel for us it's important for us to be responsible. You have to be responsible. If I make a mistake, then I should come and correct that mistake. So ethics also help us to understand that if maybe I reported something bad on, I wanted a story, yes, but that story I didn't get my facts right. So I ended up spreading rumors about someone. Remember, that is damaging someone's reputation. So what I need to do as a journalist, if it was in print media basically it's for newspaper and magazines. So if it's that, then I'll have to come again, republish that story, and then I have to indicate their correction. That means you are admitting to your mistakes. You had published this story, but the story had errors. Maybe you didn't get your facts right, and you are here to make amends for your mistake. So when I try to relate it with content creation, I'm glad even whenever we are doing we are posting on our community, there's that aspect. Even with our videos, there's that aspect of editing. So it has given us a chance that if you knew that you made a mistake, or rather like you posted something that like wasn't pleasing in the eyes of your audience, you are free to come, edit it, and then deliver it to your audience. So accountability, it's a sure sign that you are responsible. And as content creators, we should be responsible. Remember, the reason as to why I do not know the reason as to why you started. And like I said, in journalism, we storytell with a purpose. So with content creation, I also believe like each and every one of us has a reason behind they started their channel. So you want to educate, you want to entertain, you want to influence, you want to persuade people to buy your products, to promote your goods, then do it. But again, remember to be responsible, because you go against that, even YouTube itself, they can take action on you. So you have to be responsible and deal with mistakes in appropriate way. You mess up, correct it. With print, you'll have to like up there at the title, you have to indicate its correction, meaning that you made a mistake and you are here. Because we may not like change what the readers or what the viewers say about us, but we will at least provide remedies to the actions where maybe we felt like we were unfair. So responsibility, or rather accountability, is also something that covers us all. And then another thing, it's also fairness and impartiality. When you talk about fairness, especially to those ones who do the reaction videos about, let's say, the celebrities and stuff, the code of conduct like requires us as journalists to be balanced. If I'm telling a story between two people, there is Mary Health Kitchen here, there is Nan Musa. They're having like riffraff. So because like I love Mama Mary, as a journalist, like I end up leaning on her side, and then I do not tell Nan Musa's story. So it is important also as a journalist you as a journalist now, I leave alone the Mama Mary and the Nan Musa because they are my friends, yes, but now I have to come up clean. I need to hear the side of Mary, and also I need to hear the side of. So this idea of maybe you had something, and then because you want to post for the sake of posting and you want to like get the views, you don't get, you end up like not getting your facts right, will like come to mess you up. So you need to be fair, you need to be impartial, and you need to be objective. Objective in the sense that if I have like an opinion about thing, what's not happening?
It's okay, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think my screen went off. I'm wondering what's not happening. Okay, sorry for that. So I was saying, sorry for that, guys. So I was saying, like, you need to like, you need to like be balanced. It doesn't matter like who is who. As a journalist now, you need to like your emotions, the way you feel about something, your opinion about something, you have to let it go, and then now come here, come clean. Side A, side B, then be balanced. Give us like now for what we normally say is, as a content creator, or rather as a journalist, it's not up to me to tell like what I think about person A and person B. Mine is to come clean, give you this side, I give you this side, and then I leave the judgment to the people watching me. So fairness, it's something else. Number 3, we have humanity. You also need to understand that as a content creator, because it relates, it cuts across us all as journalists and also as content creators. Because with content, by the way, with content creation, I'll call it online journalism. We guys, we are practicing online journalism. And right now we are also introducing like our students to online. By the way, it's online journalism for us. For the content creators, we are doing journalism. It's not like on traditional media like TV and radio, but we are doing it on our social media platform. So we guys, we are doing online journalism. So as we do this online journalism, you need to understand that you need to have humanity. Once you decide to become a content creator, then just know you are doing service to humanity. and that means you should do no harm. You should do no harm. So whatever that you publish, you need to be careful. Like, what if, like, you know, whenever we do say under the code of conduct that if I was to like film a child, then I need to seek the consent of their parent. And I also have to ask myself,
I let me just I think I lost my co-host there briefly. Let's just wait for her to get back. She's frozen there for a moment, but she should be back shortly. I hope you guys are getting something from this. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much to everybody who has jumped there to support the co-host. If you don't have the co-host, we are hosting Belinda Melvin. This is a journalist, content creator, lecturer from here in Kenya. She's also like we are multi-streaming also on her channel, so you're able to go jump there and also support her on her own channel. So I'm just waiting for her to come back on the panel. We lost her there temporarily, but she should be back here. She'll be back here in the next few. I like the conversation. I see Mindfuck saying, "Hey Akashi, nice to see you. You never know who will watch you and what you are going through." Great points, Belinda. It's our responsibility, 100%. Yeah, Notorious Traveler, Natty Slim. Oh, Natty, how you doing? Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming in. Mima, nice to see you, everyone. Rebecca Mle Prince, I thought I saw Prez there in the chat. Prez, how you doing, Prez? How you doing, Prez? The investor is in the building. Welcome, Prez. Guru Visual says, nice stuff, brother. Thank you so much, Guru. Thank you so much. I really appreciate having you here. And I'm glad to hear you're a journalist. It will be nice also to get your perspective on this conversation. And I like the points you're also throwing in there on the chat. Okay, guys, she's back. Give me like a moment and then I bring her. Crossdale, nice to see you. Welcome. Just waiting for our audio to like load and then we'll have her. Yeah, so if you don't have Belinda Melvin, what are you waiting for? And then tomorrow we are celebrating her party. Tomorrow we are celebrating her monetization and her 2K milestone party. You have to be there because I'm going to be the MC. And you know I throw the biggest parties on this platform. Me, I know I brag, but you know, I do know I throw the biggest parties in this space. It's not my party, but it's a party, but I'll be there to be the noise making. And I have my outfit ready. It's an all-white party. I already have my outfit. I imported it from somewhere. I have to show off my outfit tomorrow. All right, welcome back, Belinda. Sorry, I was...
Thank you. Yeah. So I was saying, like, we need to be aware of the impact of our words and the images on the lives of other people. So humanity, it's something. Yeah. I always like tell people, sometimes you are on WhatsApp and you are viewing people's status, and then somebody did not like put a disclaimer. You know, when with journalism, whenever like we are publishing a story and we know maybe that story, like the images that we are about to show to people might be disturbing, then we normally put a disclaimer there. Yeah, so I also like tell people whenever I view their status and maybe they're my friends, I tell them, you know, it's not good, like somebody just scrolling and then comes up across this. So it is important you know that if you know like the images might be disturbing, kindly just put a disclaimer so that if I go ahead and watch, then I really wanted to do that. So service to humanity, it's something, because once we are creating content, we are doing service to humanity. Another code of conduct also that we need to understand is we avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism, basically, it's just taking someone's ideas. Like, you don't want to strain yourself. You don't even want to, like, even if I take a footage from Citizen TV, like, I mind, like, changing few things and stuff. You just take, you upload and stuff. So also with journalism, it is required of us to avoid plagiarism. And if I know, like, maybe I took a video from Goga's place, then it's kind of me to say courtesy of Goga. When I attribute a source, then I'm good. I have a clip from Citizen TV, then I need to attribute Citizen TV. If it was an exclusive interview, an interview that maybe it was only Goga and official Anne Maura that they did that interview. So if I'm coming to take that video, I do not like assume it's mine it's important, like you acknowledge. That's why even if you watch like most news presenters and anchors, whenever they present news and stuff, and they know that maybe this interview, it's only like KTN that did that interview and not us. So they will say speaking at Citizen TV, blah blah blah. So you acknowledge, you attribute your sources. This image, I'm having it, but I didn't like get it, like wasn't at the scene where it was happening. It was a video taken by Blessed Life Journey, so I need to put there courtesy of Blessed Life Journey to avoid the plagiarism and stuff. Also, the code of conduct demands of us to differentiate between a fact and opinion. A fact is something that can be verified. It can be through documentation, you have evidence, or rather you did a research. But opinion, it's not just come here and say, do you know today is blah, 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 blah. So you need also to differentiate what Belinda said and what a fact is. So with journalism, we deal with facts. So if I did like a story, I did a story about somebody, like I was saying, the balanced story. I did a story, and then I had person A saying this and this. It will be wise of me to like ascertain that information from a second person, so that I be sure I'm not like spreading rumors, because I said we need to be accurate. We need to be accurate, and we need to tell the truth. So differentiate between a fact and opinion. Also, it is important to protect the identity of your sources. I know we have those ones who do like interviews on real life issues, and sometimes for you to protect your source, you can't like, I can't like wake up today and tell myself, like with you, Goga, like you didn't just wake up and told yourself like, Belinda, you have to be on the panel. Of course you had to seek my consent to be sure that I'm willing to do that.
Yes,
So what normally happens is I'm a journalist, I'm a content creator, I approach this person, I need to do a story. So we have other people who like need you to assure them their security and stuff. We have those ones who are willing to tell a story, but they do not want to be seen. So as a content creator, it is important for you to like assure that person their safety. Like tell them, if they do not want to be seen, tell them we have various angles. By the way, we have various angles. Like the camera person can focus on me, and then like text the over the shoulder, it's the over the shoulder, it's like right now, and then now someone decides to like focus on you, Goga. And then with me, you just cut this side. No one can tell, like if they see my Kwani, do you know how my ears looks like? So you can tell that person, you can tell me your story, but the camera person will just focus on me. Yours, I just need your voice and you to tell me the story. If they're not comfortable with that, the camera person can focus with you and maybe decide to take their arms, because no one can tell these are my fingers. No one can tell if these are my fingers. You can focus with the legs. If maybe they're capturing the face, you can decide. You can tell them, okay, you do not have to be seen. We can also blur you. Just assure that person that whatever that you are like, that's safety. That safety is important. Protect them at all costs. For instance, maybe you are doing an interview, and the story that you have gotten, it's, let's say like a minor has been abused, and then you feel like that story is vital to you. But again, how do you go about it? So it's for you to seek consent and then assure those people their security. And if like they're not willing, do not force anything, because you have to understand that when you keep pushing, it's like you're invading into someone's privacy. And you'll not like, when someone says no, then you should be comfortable with that. But if I keep like, Goga, we need to do it. Okay, Goga, the woye thing, if someone says no, you also need to like respect people's opinion. So do not like, it depends on whatever story that you're covering, but it is important for you to assure and protect your sources, the ones that supply you with the information. And then Also, whenever like we are creating content, you also need to have your audience in mind. Do not like produce material that is likely to lead to hatred, let's say maybe based on someone's age, gender, sexual orientation and stuff. You need to like be, I don't know how to put it, but do not like come up with information that will end up leading to that. So yeah, there are so many, by the way. There are so many. The list is endless. The list is endless. And like we said, like it's not something like we can't capture everything in a day, but the list is endless. There's so many, so many, so many.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I love that. And you are triggering a lot of reactions on the chat. And I just want to
Mm-hmm.
give you I just want to give you an idea of the things people are saying on the chat. Some are funny, some are actually like very serious. Like TBT Kenya said something, and it just reminded me of this story. You know, this guy, this photojournalist who committed suicide because he couldn't live with the guilt of
Yeah, yeah,
filming
yeah, yeah.
that child. He was chasing the
Mm-hmm.
story, and he got
The
awards for
story,
it and
yeah.
everything, but
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't live with himself. So I like that aspect of humanity. TBT is just saying that he likes that aspect of humanity that you brought. Rebecca must just heard everything you have said, and she's like, yo, I can't do journalism. There are so many boxes to tick. There's so many boxes to tick there. um, and then Kisha says, don't be a lazy thief, create your own content. Please acknowledge original sources of remixed or reposted content. So I guess that also just applies to us as content creators, because otherwise
Exactly.
we can be slapped
Yeah,
with
yeah,
reused content. And then
yeah.
Kisha also said, yes, you cannot always share who gave you the details of the receipt. Kisha, why are you saying receipts? She didn't say receipts. She didn't say, Kisha, what? Kisha, really? Kisha, why are you like this? It's not receipts. It's like you can't share the details of the information. This one is just thinking about receipts here. Like, it's not. She didn't say receipts. Receipts are allowed. We can share receipts. You want me to run out of business, Kisha? and then and then Nati says, and I like this conversation with Nati. Nati says, Kisha, depending on your niche, if you're doing a review, you're talking about someone else's content. And then Juliet Olabinjo says, yes, respect people's opinion. I like how you say that if someone doesn't want to be part of it, you have to respect their opinion. And you remind me of research, because I'm a researcher by profession. And one of the things we are always told, one of the rules of research, is that you can't force somebody to be your key informant or your interviewee. If they don't want to be part of that interview, you have to respect it. If they choose to withdraw, out of that conversation or the research in the life of the research, they can do it. So I totally like how you brought in that angle, because it's now reminding me about a lot of things. Like, wow, these rules are really just things that we normally do, or even in terms of our professions and things like that. Which then takes me then to the next question, because I like how you brought in the aspects of ethics and integrity in the profession, and I like how you are linking them to some of the things we do as content creators. And if I was just to run through like the 5 you gave us there, because I was taking notes on my side. Accuracy,
Okay.
accountability, fairness, humanity, plagiarism. Accuracy, we for us we suffer. So as content creators, sometimes we really don't care about the accuracy. How do we protect ourselves? Because as we are like it, I mean, I so and so said, I had the receipts, I don't know whether it is true, but it is content. This is the gist. I'm going to like talk about it on my channel because it may bring in the views. Like, let's say Belinda Melvin is a celebrity, and I had some receipts over the weekend about where she was. She was seen with a French somebody. And and I'm like, me, I had. Then I go and tell, let me say, I go and tell Kisha. Kisha is talking about receipts. I go and tell Kisha. Then Kisha decides to do content about Belinda Melvin, BMW. Guys, did you hear? Did you hear that Belinda was spotted over the weekend? Goga is the one who told me this. Goga, so Kisha treats me as the source, as the source of information. Me, I'm just like peddling gossip that may not necessarily be true, because I also had it, and maybe I didn't even hear it. Maybe I just started it, and then it just became a whole thing. Why do you think some of these guidelines can be domesticated, especially to content creation? Because sometimes I feel like you journalists, there are consequences in case you don't report accurately. You can get sued, for defamation and everything. Why do you think it's important for us as content creators to even just start thinking of domesticating some of these rules, even in our content? And please, as you're answering this, just know some of us here want to go viral badly, and we don't, so don't burst our bubble. Say it nicely in a way that we can, we can. I don't know. You get where I'm going with this.
Yeah. I think with that, and I'll also like go back to what the real TBT has said. You've said like we want to get the views, but again, do not chase the story to the point that okay, I can chase the story, yes, but you see the consequences, the impact that it came with that journalist. Okay, the story was good. He was in a position to help the
Belinda, just hold on. Let me just interrupt you briefly. We do have a raid from Mama Ifechi family. Thank you so much, Mama Ifechi family. That's my honorable, my very honored channel member. We were on her live stream today. She was talking about love languages, and it was a very funny space. So thank you so much, Mama Ifechi, for the big flight that has landed all the way from the United Kingdom to the shores of Kenya. I really appreciate the raid. I see everybody who came in through the raid as well. Thank you so much, guys, for boarding that flight. Mama Ifechi, I acknowledge you, and I really just want to say thank you so much for you could have picked a lot of channels, but you picked us. So thank you so much, and I'm glad, and I hope you are worth the time for all the raiders who came in through. So thank you so much for the raid, and I appreciate the raiders for also just jumping on that flight. All right, carry on, Belin.
Okay, hi Mama Ifechi, thank you for the raid. So, like I was saying, let's not be people who are like carried away with the views and stuff. There was a post that I saw somewhere. Somebody was saying, creators, let's create content. I can't remember well, but it was saying it was something to deal with content and us not chasing the algorithm. So I'll say, like, for us to be accurate, we need to get our facts right, because that is a cardinal principle for journalism, getting your facts right. When you get your facts right, then it means you're accurate. So you need to like get your facts right. You had it from Kisha. Like, have you verified like whatever Kisha is saying is true? So let's not be like, I had it from Juliet and voila, I'm there telling stories. So it is important for content creators, because I'm also one, like I'm not addressing you guys, I'm also addressing me, to get my facts right, because I need to be accurate. I need to be transparent with the people that I'm creating content for. So if trust, I'd say it's like this paper that I'm having. So if I fold it, and then I decide to unfold it and expect it to return in its normal shape, it won't. So when people like lose trust with you, then get to know, when they lose trust with you, it's over for you. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's over. So you need to get your facts right. You need to be accurate, because it is a cardinal for us journalists. It's a cardinal principle for you to be accurate. Verify your sources. You had like, let's say, I'll give an example. So there is an accident that has happened along Thika Road. And then, because like I want to get the views and stuff, I just like, I don't have like the exact number of, let's say, maybe the people who are injured, how many lives did we lost in that accident and stuff. When you are keen enough, when you watch these stories in television, we realize that they do not like just tell us, like we do not like have the eyewitness just giving us whatever that happened alone. We'll have somebody from the police station, the administrator, they will like affirm to us whatever that happened. They will tell us 4 bodies, maybe they've been confirmed dead and they're taken to the mortuary. They will also like tell us how many were injured, in which hospital they are in. So getting your facts right is something. Don't just be that person when you hear and you just go with the wave. Verify your sources before coming to your audience and share the information that you have. And when you make a mistake, like I said again, because with being accurate, and maybe sometimes, you see, we have those minor mistakes that you can make, and they're easy to be corrected. But we have those ones that they're so huge, And the only way that you can be able to remedy that, it's when you become transparent with the people, try to elaborate 1 2 3, this is what happened and stuff. So I would say just get your facts right. There is no shortcut. Get your facts right. Verify your sources, verify the information that you are having before you bring it to your audience.
I love that. Allow me to acknowledge a blessing I just got from Nem Uzo. Nem Uzo has always been very supportive of a lot of us content creators here in Africa, and she does an amazing job at that. Thank you so much, Nem Uzo, for the blessing. I will give you your blessing. I will give you your water as Belinda drinks her water as well there. So I will just put for you some nice blessing on the screen. This is for you, Nem. May your pot brim with abundance. Nem Uzo, may your pot brim with abundance. Guys, if you have any questions based on the conversation we are having with our journalist guests, feel free to drop them on the chat. She'll be able to tackle them as we go on. But I know a lot of you are scratching your heads right now. You are taking notes. Some of you are just like, I've been breaking all the rules. You're just like, yo, why, Goga, why did you bring this lady? Why did you bring this lady to come and accuse, start making me rethink about my content? It is important, like, you start thinking about these things, because I'm just listening to her, and some of these ethics and guidelines she's giving that you are borrowing from journalism, there are things actually you deal with when it comes to the YouTube guidelines. Technically, it's literally just different wording, but it's really the same rules of the game. Humanity, protect your sources, give disclaimers in case you're going to be showing something that is not exactly something that is not exactly like that may be disturbing. I like those kind of things. Amazing MNG, nice to see you. I am glad you survived that storm, and we are so happy for all the Jamaicans, for weathering that storm that got us worried earlier on in the week. And if you don't see Jamaicans a lot on your channels, guys, there's been damages and stuff, so most people don't have electricity. There's still a problem with the internet in Jamaica. So please bear with our Jamaican brothers and sisters in case you don't see them on your spaces, because we are glad that Hurricane Beryl passed, but we are glad everyone is safe. That's the most amazing thing. That's the most amazing thing that we are glad of. Of importance is just thank God that we are all safe. So thank you so much, Nem. Which now takes me to the next. I love this conversation because one of the things that it's the parallels for me, but as much as there are some rules around it, at least I can see how it's important to be responsible also as a creator. And sometimes that may come at the expense of fame. Journalism, it may come at the expense of fame. It may come at the expense of going viral, because most of us, we're like, I will be viral whether you like it or not. But what is the point of being viral and then your channel is terminated the following day because you violated a community guideline, or maybe it was content that is not approved, maybe it's violence or something like that. So I think it's a very cogent conversation we are having, which takes me to one of the things you said in terms of fact checking, that you guys have to make sure that you check the facts. Most of us, when we are doing content, sometimes we're just like, hey, this is like hot. This is a hot topic. We have been told you should be doing trending topics. You should be doing trendy topics. What is trending at the moment? What is trending? At the moment, what is trending? Those of you in the political sphere will be talking about Biden, and Trump and things like that. The UK just came out of the elections, and the UK has a new prime minister, and the Conservative Party lost after all these years of being in leadership. That is like still hot. It's still hot, and it may be nice to like be bashing the former prime minister and the Conservative Party. It's hot topic. It can be the protests, like you and I are from Kenya, and we do know Kenya has been suffering through what you call a protest season, agitating for political change. But how do you think as content creators we need to effectively fact check our work, especially before we publish? Because some of us do videos, yes, and sometimes we are just like, nope, I'm not going to suffer. I am not going to suffer. I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to post. This is what was going down in the street. This is what that president said. Yet maybe it was something that he didn't say. You just had CNN say it, and then you lifted it. So fact checking. Talk to us more about the importance of fact checking for us as content creators.
Fact checking is important, which also like I said, don't just wake up today and come up with okay, you feel like you want to talk about something, or you just saw something online and you feel like that urge to come to us and tell us whatever that is happening. Do lots of research. Do lots of research. Do lots of research. Have evidence. If there is documentation, when you come to us and you have the proper documentation, it is important, and it will guide us through. But you just come with words and stuff, no one will be able like to tell if some, nowadays when I ventured into content creation, I was like, even if I go to the village right now, by the way, everyone is a content creator. Everyone is a content creator. Others, they're just doing it for the sake, like we have said, we are chasing the story and stuff. And remember, in the process of you chasing the story, chasing the views, and etc., choices, they have consequences, like you said. So you have to like do a proper research. If there's need for you to like, if let's say it's a story about you and I need to like contact you to get my facts right, then go do that, like do not assume anything. It's just the same way I was saying that don't come don't come to us with a half baked story. Let it be balanced, be fair, like reach out to the sources of that information, like be sure about the information that you're sharing. Once you are like once you're verified with your sources, then you're good to go. But this idea of just like you feel like this one will go viral and then you come to us with 1 2 3 and stuff, it won't take you anywhere. Choices, they have consequences, and you need to be aware of them. You also need to understand why did you start your channel. So you need to be very, very, very careful. Fact checking, it's very important because it will like reduce this issue of the copyright strikes and stuff, etc. So fact checking, I'll just say do a proper research. Do a proper research. Don't just do it because you saw Nani doing it. Don't just do it because I saw Kisha doing it. Do it because you know whatever that you're doing it is right. So do a proper research. If you have evidence, produce the documentation. It really helps. It really helps.
Makes sense. I want to circle back to some of the things you've done, because one of the things I notice is that interviews are also a way of storytelling, and those pictures that were just running across the screen. I've seen you do. I mean, you've done. How many interviews have you done in your lifetime as a journalist? Can you even remember all of them? I'm sure there are so many.
I've lost count. Yeah, I've lost count. Yeah.
You must have lost count.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your channel has so much in terms of interviews. And I there's an interview you did. I think on mindfulness. And as somebody who's in the yoga space, I love that conversation you are having with a bunch of those young people in terms of mindfulness. One of the aspects that I've realized also when it comes to journalism is like, in the name of fact checking, you may actually have to interact with your sources. There's always a conversation also around protecting your sources, especially if they don't want to be, like disclosed, and that also goes into the aspect of privacy. Talk to us more about those, especially those guys who want to get into content and they do interview. Like for you, I think your content, you definitely interview people a lot. I do interview people a lot. Like I do interview people, I think, a lot on my channel. Talk to us about the basic tips, especially when it comes to interviewing skills, because most of us just wing it. Like for me, for the longest time, and people never believe this, I always say I'm an introvert. I'm just that when I come on YouTube, I become a whole different personality. But if you were to meet me outside this platform, I like keeping to myself. I don't like interacting with people. I get tired in social events as soon as as soon as like I'm done there and my presence is no longer needed, I leave even before the event ends. I'm normally that person who will just make an appearance, boom, I'm out. So I rarely make small talk, because I rarely make small talk with people in public settings. And I think sometimes I blame it on my first job, and because my first job, because of the boss, the kind of boss I had, the boss was always in the media. So I kind of grew to resent the media for some reason, because if the boss is on TV, chances are high I was on TV with the boss. And sometimes I didn't like it, and it was one of those experiences. Yes, people know you, you're getting, your classmates are calling you and everything. It's like, oh, go get on TV, go get on TV, go get on TV. But I had to remember, it's not about me, it's the boss, because of the status of the boss in the society. That's why you're on TV. And sometimes it's because the boss was being captured, because when the boss wakes up, they're just a media magnet from the time they wake up until they go and sleep. Interview skills are things that don't come naturally to most people. What are some of the basic tips you can give us? I mean, they can even be 3 or 4, just in case somebody wants to get into a space of interviewing. What are these kind of skills? What are these kind of skills that we need to have when we are speaking to people?
Well, thank you for that. It's a good one, and I won't even assume that everyone knows what interview is.
Yeah.
I do not like assuming. Also, by the way, one thing with also content creation that I'd like us to embrace is never assume that someone knows something.
That's true.
With journalism, we do not assume, even knowing that before going to the washroom, you need to knock to before. We can't assume it's something that we have others, those who just badge as if. Yeah, so interview, I'll say it's the art of meeting people and asking them questions with the aim of eliciting some specific questions from them. So the person who conducts the interview, now the person who is interviewing me is known as Goga. He is the interviewer. The person being interviewed, now I am the interviewee. And now the process itself, it's interview.
You're such a teacher. But anyway, guys, she said she's a lecturer. She's a lecturer. She teaches. She's a lecturer in college. So that's why she's such a teacher. Oh my goodness. Don't mind me,
Yeah, so never assume, but then never assume. You might be assuming these small details. You assume everyone knows, but they do not. So it is important, you shed light before you dive deep into whatever that you have installed for us. So the skill number 1, it's preparation. We are doing an interview, and I really loved before you interviewing me. You also but though you're a good interviewer, you're a great interviewer. You were these are you do not have.
Say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder for the people in the back. I don't think they had.
You have the qualities of a great interviewer, because whatever you did before this interview, trust you me, those are the skills that we require before conducting any interview.
Guys, did you hear that? That's from a journalist. My relative, my relative, have you heard that? I have made it my relative. I see me now. See me now. Hapa ni wapi? Where is this? Once again, guys, if you don't have Belinda Melvin, I see 40 million people in the house across both houses. Jump on that side and also give us support. We are multi-streaming, so the live stream is also taking place on Belinda Melvin's channel. I want you guys to jump there so that you can go and also give us support. We are going to have a very beautiful party there with her tomorrow. She's going to talk about that shortly once she's done with these questions on the technical questions I'm asking on this journalism vis-a-vis content creation. So please jump there and support Belinda Melvin. It is the channel that I've tagged on the title of this live stream. Just click on it. It's a horizontal. You can get out and then go to our channel. The live stream is also taking place there. All right. Sorry, Belinda. Yes,
it's okay.
The preparations. Yes.
Yeah, the preparation, it's good because, with us, what used to happen, I've worked in a newsroom my entire those like almost to half a decade of me practicing journalism, I've been in the newsroom. So in the newsroom, like the day, it's not like you'll just come up to the office and then you go do a story. No. What normally used to happen is we used to like sit down, have a review of whatever stories that we did the previous day. So each and every person, remember we have talked about the aspects of responsibility, you being accountable. So what happens is we are in that meeting, we review the previous news, and then if maybe I went to the field and I came up with the story and my story was not aired, then the editor needs to answer me why my story was not on air. And if maybe it's me, like maybe who delayed in terms of like submitting the script, not meeting the deadline, and it's like contributed to my story not being aired, then I have to explain why. So before like you conduct an interview, you need to have an idea of what you're going to do. So that also applies in our industry. Like you do not like wake up and stuff. So after reviewing, then you have to plan for the day. Like, Goga, what are you going to do? Helena Koya, what are we going to do? So that when we share ideas, like we end up not like, we avoid that issue of Goga did the idea that I had. So I know like Goga is going to do this, person B is going to do this, Dida is going to do this and stuff. So prepare, have an idea. And then in that idea, you see, when you have an idea of what you want to do, and maybe you tell us what you're going to do, you'll find that maybe there's something that was missing in my story, and Goga, you'll be like, I think your story is good, but you need to add 1, 2, 3 on that story. So if you're going out, you need to like get to do an interview with person. So prepare your work well, have an idea of what we normally call it the angle. We might be given like the same idea, 5 of us to do it, but Goga, the way you'll handle that story will be totally different with the way I'll handle with the way the other person will also handle. So have an idea, have an angle that you're going to tackle that story. So also with the interview, you need to prepare, research, get a historical background about the person that you're going to interview. Get to know the likes and dislikes, because you feel like to do that, you'll find yourself in a scenario where you ended up like mentioning the things that I end up like mentioning the things that you dislike. And that happens if like I didn't do a proper research about the person that I'm going to interview. So have an idea, do a proper research before like conducting that interview. And also before you go for that interview, it's also important you book an appointment. Book an appointment. What guarantees you that if I come to you, what guarantees me that if Goga is my friend and I want an interview, like Goga will give it me pap. So I need to book an appointment with you. I need to know that if you're comfortable with that. I need to know that if you'll be available, if our time like will match. So as you prepare for that interview, also figure out, like book an appointment. You have to go seek consent, because you were saying that you can't just like, I'm in the field, I mount my tripod there, and even with this opinion, the Vox Pop, Vox Pop, no, let me say these opinions that you normally like go to people. Like let's say the Gen Z has been trending and stuff. Like you do not go with your camera.
What did you call it?
I called Vox Pop. Vox Pop. VOXPOP. Yeah, Vox Pop. It's a terminology that
Sorry, just say it. I was going to ask you what it is, because is it what? Because Rebecca the Prince is asking. She says she loves these interviews you do like on the streets, random ones. Is that the Vox Pop?
Yeah, it's the Vox Pop. Now, sorry for that. It's like now in our industry, when I talk to another journalist and tell him or her that I'm going to get a Vox Pop, they will understand. But to a language, also like using simple language. You see now the way you are asking. Simple language, Vox Pop, fellow journalists will understand. But if I say we are going to get opinions of people out there in the street, then people will understand. So you don't just assume that
Vox pop.
If I go to the street and like people like want to be seen on TV or rather to be seen on YouTube, they will be willing to give you information, then you are wrong. Because trust you me, in the industry for those years that I've practiced, if there is that one thing that is difficult, it's doing opinions, the vox pop. Vox pop means voice of the people. What do people like have to say concerning something that is trending? It's a difficult one. Imagine you can convince someone, you are with someone there, you tell them, like, of course you have to introduce yourself. They have to know, my name is Belinda Wanyango, I work for this media house, and I'm here to do blah 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 concerning. So like I need to introduce myself and then tell them the reason as to why I'm there, and then conduct my. So if they are willing, then we are good to go. I can tell the camera guy we are good to go. If they are not, then I don't like have to. So you might approach someone and then you say hi and they just leave you there. So it's a difficult one. I used to hate doing vox pop. I used to hate doing vox pop. So
Belinda, I can never stop anyone in the street. First of all, I'm very socially awkward. I'd like to think I'm very socially awkward because I am that person. If minding your business is a person, that is me. I will, I like how Tina Lee, Tina Lee always just stops random people and then they pop in on the video. I'm like, I can never do that. Like, I just don't know how to approach people out there in public. It's like, I don't know. I always feel like I'm annoying people. I'm trying to like mess into their business. I think I'll be the worst person to do that vox pop thing you're saying. And Guru, your fellow journalist, says that vox pops are trendy. And and then Real TBT says some people will ask you for tea. Some people will ask you for tea when you're going to do vox pop. So I like how you are agreeing. Talk to us about
it. Like I said, it's not easy. It's like I really hated doing vox pop. But because you have to, sometimes you have to be creative in a way. So sometimes I used to do like more of health stories. Like you look at my channel, interviews are more of health talks. So sometimes you don't like assume like it's just sitting with the doctor and stuff. Sometimes I used to love like hearing what people like. Do people like have an idea of breast cancer? Let's say, for instance, breast cancer. Are men aware that breast cancer also affects them? So that means I'll have to go to the street and seek like people's opinion, get to know if they understand, and then sit down with the doctor, try to hear whatever opinions that people have to say, and then so in that like in line of duty of you getting vox pop, it's not easy because one, there how do I call it? But people tend to believe once they've seen you on TV, once like they've heard you on radio, you are already a celebrity, you are rich, like you can't even eat your chapati mandondo in a kibandaski in peace because they saw you they saw you on TV, they saw you on radio, like they had you on radio, like you can't do things in peace. So whenever like for people like to give you the information, and I believe also with the content creators, they will tell you, people tend to think that creating content in the village, it's cheap. Let me tell you, it's not cheap, it's expensive. You approach someone, you mount their camera, they will want something. So it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. But again, now we have to do what we have to do. Whenever like we face challenges, I used to like, whenever I used to go to the field, I used to pray to God and tell God, please give me strength to face this day. The challenges that are, because when you get out of your house, you do not know what is ahead of you. So you need that strength. Yeah. So that's not easy. So
I love that.
Yeah. So so another thing that I proceed.
Yeah, just proceed. Yeah. I was getting excited because
so
of what Barry said.
Another skill that you need to have of which I also like appreciate you for, is if me, the interviewee, because remember I told you like I've never done this before, so I'm a little bit tensed. So if the interviewee, now for my case, wants to know why you want to interview them, it's important for you as the interviewer to just give them a general idea, not like go into details and tell them blah blah blah. Because if you tell me question number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, it will look like we have stage managed everything. So you just
Yes.
give the person the general idea of what to expect and let everything else flow.
Yeah.
So it's also another skill. And then prepare your questions. Prepare your question and arrange them in the order that you want it to flow. We come back to journalism, like whenever we come up with the story, we normally look at the news values. The news values, there is the aspect of prominence, there is the aspect of proximity and stuff. So with prominence, if I start like, if they put President William Ruto in this end and then there's Belinda. Now, who is Belinda? So if they're covering a story, they will look at, because President Ruto, he is a prominent leader. And then there is Belinda over here, you see. So people like, aside from my fellow content creators and a few journalists that I've known, like, is there anyone else who knows who Belinda is? So write your questions down, prepare them in the order that, do not like start with, okay, what is your parting shot? And we are starting the interview. So you need to know that you need to know you need to like funny. You have not introduced me and you are seeking for my parting shot before even the interview. So you need to like prepare your questions and arrange them in the order that you'd like them to flow. And then also another thing, it's on the day of the interview, it is important for me, for you, for all other content creators. If you're not like doing online interview like this, maybe you had booked an office where you're going to conduct that interview, arrive there on time. It's very vital. At least it helps you to relax. It helps you to feel like to familiarize with the environment that you are in. If let's say it's public speaking that you're doing, you can like know the stage that you're going to deliver that speech and stuff. So arrive on time. Keep time. Imagine a scenario where I go to an interview and I'm late. I'll be confused the entire interview, and you just mess kidogo hivi, it's over for you. So you arrive on time, it gives you a cool start. And then as an interviewer, because like I said, you are good one at that, learn that aspect, learn the master the art of listening. Be a good listener. Do not be like the already always listening. You are listening, yes, but you already like have like listen without interrupting. Listen actively. Yours is to listen. The person that you are interviewing, the interviewee like will do more of talking. Yours is listening. Yours is to do the nodding, because nodding assures the person that you are interviewing you're on the same page. So you nodding, but do not overdo Goga. You know that.
I'm nodding.
Yeah. You nod, but again, as you nod, you do not like overdo it. You do not like you can nod. You can give the response like and stuff, but do not overdo it. Do not like listen without interrupting. Just nod your head. Do not overdo. Interrupting, like also we have those people whom when they're listening to you, they want to listen uninterrupted. So when they are talking and you are interrupting, the flow will also be disrupted a little bit. So it's up to you to like, if you feel like there is that need for you to ask a question. That's why you see most people like conducting interviews, they will always have their pen and a paper, or rather a book. So if you feel like I'm talking about something and you do not want to interrupt, you can take notes. You can take note of it, and then once I'm done with talking, then you'll do a follow-up. So you listen, do not be like already always listening, like you have something that you want to say. You just listen without interrupting and stuff. It's a good one. And then watch out. When you're interviewing someone, watch out the emotion, or rather the tone of that person. If the person like is so emotional and stuff, you can offer also a shoulder to lean on. If maybe they were crying and you have tissues, you can give them to, like, watch the tone, watch the emotion, not the mood of the interview, the story, depending on the story that you're conducting. It's not just me and you sitting down and you getting the story. You have to be in with your body, you have to be in. So it is important as an interviewer, you note the emotion and also the tone. Imagine a scenario where I'm up, you are up. So two wrongs, we can't make it right. So you need to watch out the emotions when conducting interview. Another tip is, when you're conducting that interview, do you know the reason as to why when I have this microphone, let's say for those ones who are doing it like out, leave alone the online interview, this microphone, it's for you to hold it. Never in your life, whenever you have even those microphones that you have for like creating content, do not like give it to the person that you're interviewing. Even if like your hand will get tired when you're asking question and giving to the other person, do not, because if like I was interviewing you and I gave you the microphone, then that means you're going to take over. It's not you like I as the interviewer, you Goga, you are in charge of that interview. You are in charge of that interview. If you say like this interview is over right now, I have like no say about it. So you have to know, as an interviewer, you are in charge of that, and you need to take full charge. Otherwise, you give the person the microphone, they will overtake you, and it will look like they are the ones interviewing you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very strong. That's a strong pro tip.
Yeah, so I think those ones, and maybe there is no harm whenever you are conducting that interview. Maybe let's say if you are beginning, of course, those ones who like have done it like over and over and over, I know they're good at it. Like they do not like need to practice the question and stuff. But if you know that you are a beginner in it, there is no harm when you are in your own room, you decide to practice the question. If you have a mirror there, you can look in front of a mirror and try rehearsing those questions, just to be sure of whatever that is ahead of you. There is no harm in that. No one is perfect. Even if you have like your questions there, you can write them down, and then you'll be just like looking, and then you pose a question. So yeah, I would say like
I love it.
Those are the skills that we as content creators, we need to put into consideration. It's a needed skill, by the way. It's a needed skill.
I love it. Sorry, let me just mute. There's a bit of an echo. Guys, I hope you're learning something. Me, I'm taking notes here. So that's why I'm quiet most of the time, because I'm typing, and I normally type my notes on a side whatever, on a side software, so that I can remember, and that normally helps me know how to know what to ask next, especially if I'm not so clear. And just to like highlight a few things people are saying, Belinda, because I think people are really enjoying this conversation, and thank you so much for making us do this. You have a very interesting question, of course, from my crazy dramatic friend Rebecca Mleprince. Host Belinda, she started by calling you very nicely. Host Belinda, do you come across people who ask for your phone number before the interview? Okay, let me just unmute and say something about it.
Easy, especially for ladies, but I'll not say ladies. Nowadays.
Just again. We lost the first half of it.
Okay, I was saying, people asking your number, that is like, for me, it's it's common. It's common.
Oh,
Like, you go out there, people like are not willing to share the information with you, but they have the audacity to ask for your number. So you can't like deny them. You just give them your number. And again, for us, it is important when you meet people, get to know that those people that you interact with, they are your sources of information. So if I have like your contact and I know this is what you're doing, when I hear a story, I'll be like, I know Goga works for this media house, so I'll be. So people asking for my phone number, yeah, they are there. And then for again, like I was saying, for ladies, we find it tough because someone will be like, others even go to that extent of like they want something in return for them to give you that information. Someone will be like, oh, you're beautiful, sijui nini nini. You wanted the story, but they want something else. But again, we can't like say it's for ladies. Normally we tend to think that when you talk about sexual harassment, it's a lady, like it's for ladies and stuff. Nowadays, even men, it's just that men do not like speak out. But men, I tend to believe like men, they're being sexually harassed out there. The fact that they do not speak out doesn't mean that they're not facing. So long as you are in this industry, you are in content creation, just be rest assured that you're going to find such people. Yeah. So Rebecca, yes, to answer you.
all right, Rebecca. I think you got. I think she answered it like she's so eloquent. I like how she answers questions. I'm even. I could listen to Belinda all day because I just love how she answers, and even how she's like she can be telling you something that is like about to make you start questioning your channel, but she says it in a very nice way. I think she's very seasoned. She's very seasoned in her profession. Barry says, yes, Belinda, you're so right about being a great listener. You learn a lot by listening. True words, true words, true words. And then EK says, Belinda, you should do this content. It's a nice niche. It's a nice niche. And then Rebecca Le Prince is like saying, do not pass the microphone. It's like you're passing over your power of the interview. Yo. These are the people who are concentrating in class. Even these are the ones who are thinking that there's going to be an exam after this. This is amazing. But I love how she said it. I don't know that you have any further reactions on it.
No, concerning the microphone, like I just said, you are an interviewer, take charge of that interview. If like you're not comfortable, you can decide this interview is over and there's nothing that someone can do about it. Just know that you're in charge. So whenever like I pass my microphone to you and like you are holding it, if you're very keen, you realize that most journalists, when they're conducting interviews and they have to use a microphone or rather a tape recorder, they will always hold it for themselves. They will never hand it over because they know the repercussions that come with you giving your microphone to the person that you are interviewing. They might even end up saying something that like you didn't ask them to say, and maybe it's a live interview. Yeah, so just know that you are in charge. You are in charge of that interview and you have to act like one. You have to take charge.
What are some of the mistakes we should avoid, like when you're interviewing or even generally when you're I think I'm just trying to think of like some mistakes you can think of on top of your head, in your experience, because I know you've done countless interviews. I like these pictures that I'm looking at, and I just see you are with a doctor here, you're with this gentleman, you're with this lady who started a small enterprise. You are talking to the boys about in the International Day of the Boy Child. You are speaking to the gentlemen. What are some of the mistakes we should avoid, like when it comes to interviews? Because some of us may not, we may think we have interview skills. And one of the things I've learned, I think, because I'd like to think I've built also my interview skills over time, because when I started off, I was very all over the place. All over the place. And I like I like the joke you say, don't start asking for a parting shot. You barely even asked the first question. So one of the things I realized, especially from my experience with interviews, was the co-host has to be comfortable. If the host is uncomfortable, give them time. give them time, buy them time, everything. Just do whatever you can to make sure that the co-host is comfortable, and it normally helps a lot. I don't think there's any guest who has ever come to the live stream uh, without me having a conversation with them off the camera first. We do have like a side chat on the side, maybe except one, because Proud Mixture, I've known PMC for a while, so PMC and I are brothers, and he's very seasoned, so he can just walk in and we can start our conversation. But everybody I've co-hosted on the Sunday, we do have a planning and all those kind of things. So one of the things that I've learned over time is that they have to be comfortable. They are the king. They are the people who are coming to give us the information, so they have to be as comfortable as possible. Another thing that I've also learned and I've picked just to share my experience is also that you have to be very sensitive, because the other time we had Genesis, the other time we had Joe, and sometimes it gets emotional and you can almost break down on the live stream, and you have to realize, what do I do? You don't look ambushed. It's like, it's okay, this has happened, we are all human. Let's just collect ourselves, and then when you are ready, we'll proceed. And it has always worked out very nicely. But some of the things I've realized is that one of the mistakes, and maybe I may be giving you an answer, but I may want you to also talk about it, is in terms of sometimes one of the things I really fear asking, and I never even ask. In fact, there's a time I think I was speaking to, I think it was Home Care Queen. And she's like, Gogo, why are you not asking me that question? And I'm like, I never ask personal questions, because I'm never really comfortable asking personal questions. Because I'm one person, I tend to be very private. So I will never ask you questions that I will never answer in public. I will never Gogo, why are you not asking me about my family? Why are you not asking me about the amount of money I make? And I'm always I will never disclose that information out there. So what are some of the mistakes we need to be aware of, even when you're having people on our panels? Because most YouTubers are now hosting people on the panels, but sometimes I've been in enough panels to know that there are some questions you're not supposed to be asking a guest or anybody who comes to your panel. It is insensitive, it is ignorant, I will not answer, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. And then it gets awkward, because I was in this panel and I think somebody asked the guest a question. The guest refused to answer. There was some awkward silence after that, because the person who asked the question didn't expect a no for an answer, because they thought it was going to be obvious that they were going to get an answer. What are some of your tips, especially on the mistakes to avoid during interviews?
Okay, Goga, you have mentioned something to deal with no. Also, I forgot to capture it. You need to understand, even as you conduct, even with the communication process, you're not always guaranteed that if I communicate with you, I'll get feedback. Your feedback might be a negative one. So I need to be comfortable, and I need to we need to program our minds as content creators and get to understand that the feedback can either be positive or negative. And like I said earlier on, it is also important for we as interviewers to watch the emotion, or rather the tone of the interview. Because for you to be sensitive and realize that I'm getting emotional, and you telling me you know what, you can take the time, you can cry if you want, and we can proceed once you feel like you're ready to get on with the interview. So the mistake that we normally do, like you said, it's not researching on the person that you're going to interview. Because remember, I've said that as you research on, it is important also as you watch people, get to when you refer, I'm rest assured you have watched my videos, because if you talk about this, then I know this person is not here to gaze whatever that he wants to gaze. This person has really interacted with my content, and he knows what he's talking about. So the worst mistake that you can do is you not getting your facts right by doing a research, and then you come up with something that will end up, we have said, you verify. You come up with something that maybe you had it on someone's interview, but because you were so lazy to conduct a research, to maybe verify, to get your evidence, your evidence and facts right before conducting that interview, you end up offending the person. So if you ask me and maybe I'm not comfortable and maybe I feel like this guy is just a joker, I'll decide I'll just give you my eyes there and my ears. I'm not going to do anything. So do a research, because you fail to do that, then it's something else. So failing to do conducting a research is something, or it's a mistake that we normally do before interviewing people. Another thing also, it's the topic. You need to know there are certain things that when you mention to people, you're going to offend them. So research on your topic, get to know matters. Politics, people are so personal when it comes to politics, religion, those are sensitive topics. The controversial topics, you need to know the topics that you're going to talk about. So if you know that the topics that you're going to discuss in that interview, they are going to be to how do I put it? They are going to contribute or incite hatred and stuff. Then you need to avoid them. So the mistake that we do as interviewers is we think that every topic is meant to be discussed and stuff. So we need to know which topics to discuss, which topics not, and the reason as to why we should not discuss about them. Also, another thing is you have talked about asking relevant, asking questions, somebody asking why. No, respecting people's privacy, it's something else. The fact that I'm comfortable talking to you, or rather allowing you interview me, doesn't mean that you intrude into my personal life if I'm not comfortable with that. So as you conduct this interview, it is crucial for you as the interviewer to have your questions, yes, and the questions should be relevant and helpful. Don't do it. Sometimes you can want to engage with someone and you're like, hey, when I do this interview, you guys, I'm viral. It's over for you guys and stuff. So it's over. Mi ndo kusema, you can't tell me anything. So write your questions, have them down. If you're a beginner, then have them down. I remember when I was presenting news, because in that period of practicing journalism, I was once a news presenter on radio. So even when you want to go for a break, word by word, word to word. But again, you'll find yourself in my script, I'll include it there. And imagine I know word by word, but I'll include it. Even if I'm not going to, there's no harm you having your questions there. They guide you. You might not be looking at them at all times, but when you look down, you know what next you're going to ask, and you know the flow of the questions. If there is need for follow-up questions, you had already taken note of it. Do not also go to an interview. You are conducting an interview, you are not even prepared, you yourself, you do not even have a pen. 2019, I was doing my attachment at Maseno University, their radio station, Equator FM. So my colleague, I'll call her my colleague, back then, during that attachment process, went to do an interview, and then she left me in studio. When she came back, she was like, do you know, someone today asked me that what shows I'm a journalist? I do not even have a notebook and a pen, because with us we need to you do not it shows the level of seriousness that you have, because I don't want to interrupt you, Goga. I have to do more of listening than talking. The person that I'm interviewing is talking. Mine is to listen. So what happens if I do not have a pen and a paper? So if maybe you said something, I'll find myself interrupting because maybe I don't have a pen where I can note down. And sometimes for you to remember things easily, it's when you note them down.
That's true.
So write your questions, and the questions, get to know they should be relevant and helpful, and avoid the sensitive questions to ask. Just it takes us back to research. And also another thing is the setup of the interview. And this brings us back to time management. You knew you had an interview.
Yep.
I was laughing
Yep.
I was laughing at our our bumping into one another when I was coming to set up. Like, I wasn't expecting you there.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting you there. So me, I'm just doing my thing, and I'm like, yo, now what's happening? Like, I went there, and I find you also, like, you know, you have an interview, but there are things that you need to set right before that interview. So the mistake that we normally do is to think that if I'm going to interview this person, then the person that I'm going to interview is going to do the setup. Remember, you know the kind of setup that you want. So it's up to you to prepare yourself, arrive to that place on time. If there are things maybe that were arranged and like you feel like, no, I think this should be here, then you'll make it like easier for, like, you'll make it easy to set up the interview. If maybe, let's say, it will also like help you to understand that I'm conducting this interview and the background is noisy. So what am I going to do? Am I going to conduct the interview in a noisy background? No, because my sound, the quality of the sound of the person that I'm interviewing should be good. So what am I going to do? Then it means I have to look for an alternative. Imagine a scenario where you arrive late, the interview, like, it's supposed to be on, and you didn't check like your background, you didn't know like where you're going to. So it has. And I really loved the things that you were asking when you bumped into one another. You were like, is your camera okay? Do you have the now that explains what I was saying. So so you need to set up the interview. And lastly, there are so many. Lastly, also, the mistake that you need to avoid is avoid asking close-ended questions. We have the open-ended and close-ended. So open-ended, they're the ones that allow people to like express themselves. And you see, when maybe I was conducting an interview and I was interviewing Goga here, so I won't like tell us, who are you? Goga will be like, I'm so and so, I'm Yoga with Goga and stuff. And then we are stuck there. But if I say Goga, the way like Goga is a yoga instructor, is a content creator, blah blah blah. For the benefits of those who do not, because me, I know Goga. Now, for the sake of those who do not know Goga, for the sake of those who are watching Goga for the first time, can you tell us about yourself? So when I say tell us about yourself, like you said, now I can like talk about everything. I can share about my like everything. That, like, I'm not limited. But when you normally like ask yes no question. Remember, you have to know that if you ask the close-ended question, you're likely to like elicit specific questions. And when like you seek for specific questions, you're likely to get specific answers. So avoid close-ended. The yes no question. Go for the open-ended question. Yeah.
All right.
Think those ones.
All right. So you have a blessing from EK. Just want to acknowledge your blessing. I will put for you your water. EK has given you a super blessing there. So this is for you, EK. May your pot brim with abundance. May your pot brim with abundance, EK. That is for you. That is for you, EK. And then just to give Belinda an idea of what the chat is saying, I like how she's committed. So I promise that I will make sure she's not distracted. Victoria Mima says, this girl will go far. This girl is on fire. And then Rebecca Mlepris is like, amen, Vicky. These are receipts, people. Amen, Vicky, you are right. They're just having their conversation, but I loved that conversation they were having on the side there in the bush. So well in. Belinda, my next set of questions are now going to focus on your teaching career, but very briefly. I don't want to spend so much time on it because that is like what you do on a day-to-day basis. Talk to us about your life as a lecturer. And Dida Safari is my channel member, and our brother says that Uzuri Institute needs to give me like a honorary degree. because if Belinda thinks I'm a good interviewer, I think I should just graduate. I can skip the I can skip the heavy lifting. So talk to us about your work as a lecturer at Uzuri. What is this about? Talk to us about teaching is not easy. Teaching is not easy at all. Teaching takes a lot from you, but it demands a lot of patience. And you are teaching like young adults, the youth. So I want you to talk to us about that experience in terms of teaching, what it is that you teach, and then we'll get into the last part of the interview, which will be really about your channel, and then we can talk about the party. But before that, if you need to take a short break, I'm going to give you like a few seconds. So I want to promote this party again. So guys, if you don't have Belinda Melvin, tomorrow we are going to have a beautiful event at her channel. So I'm just going to like give you this is the official invite that Helen decided to whip up. So this is official invite for tomorrow's party at Belinda's channel. So make sure that you are there. This is it.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Thank you. The things we do off camera, never mind. All right, Belinda, take it away.
Okay, so thank you for that. So the industry of teaching, if someone like years back will tell me that Belinda, you'll become a teacher, I was like, don't mention that. Do not mention that. So I started it's now a year down the line. Yeah, it's now a year because I started tutoring those who want to become journalists like me. May 2nd, 2023. Yeah, so this girl was just out there hustling, and then a job came and I was like, I can go for it. Because remember, I was practicing journalism. And before that, there was a time that things weren't going okay. And I decided to say, you know what? I surrender. So I was just like, I surrendered and decided not to venture into content creation because mentally I wasn't okay. I felt like I was drained. I felt like I was stagnant. I'm stagnant and I'm young and I'm so I just felt like no way. Like if I'm given to choose something, work and my mental health, I'll choose my mental health over work because I need to be okay. Yeah. So if I'm bitter with myself, then that means even if it comes to me delivering news to my audience, I won't deliver it effectively because I'm not okay, because that's not what I have. I can't give what I have. I can't give from an empty cup. I have to be okay for me to deliver effectively. So teaching at Uzuri Institute here in Thika. I'm at Thika, Kenya. Yeah, we are not in Nairobi, guys. Thika, it's remote. Ushago. So those ones who are in front of you are in Nairobi and stuff.
Don't say Thika is Ushago. Helen will come to me.
Helen, I know. Helen is my neighbor, just over some few kilometers to Helen's place. So Uzuri Institute is at Thika. So I'm a lecturer there. I tutor students who are doing communication and journalism, and teaching it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm really trying. I can't say I'm good at it, but I just take it one step at a time. And then dealing with the youth, it's not also easy. You understand? There is a lot that comes with dealing with the youth. It's I lack words to say, but yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Currently, I'm at Uzuri as a lecturer, and I'm glad that in as much as I'm not doing journalism, but YouTube has given me that platform to practice what I love doing. So that's why, like, I normally keep on toes. I keep on toes. I just have to ensure that at least in a week I have something. Though nowadays workload has been more, so I haven't like been posting like I used to do. But I do try my level best to ensure that at least I don't go dormant, because I know what it means to stay updated. So we need to stay updated. Yeah.
I love that. And
I love
Starvlog
that. And
says
Stavlog say, uh,
you need patience to deal with the youth. And thank you so much, Starvlog. I just want to give this special blessing to Starvlog. Starvlog just joined my membership. Starvlog, I will just give you your blessings right now. This is for you. Thank you so much. You made a very good decision by clicking that dollar sign. So this is it. Welcome to the membership Starvlog. Thank you so much for choosing my membership. I really appreciate the blessing. Thank you so much. And Starvlog, keep the amazing job that you're doing. And then Rebecca Le Prince is saying, young with hormones say no easy. These are teachers talking on the chat. I know Rebecca is a teacher. I know Chisan is also on the chat. Chisan is also a teacher. So they are totally relating to what you're just saying, because these are teachers coming through on the chat, and they totally agree with you. And then Lady Posh agrees that yes, Goga, you need to, Uzuri Institute needs to give you your honorary degree. This is what she's going to do tomorrow when she goes to the college. She has to go and tell the dean or whatever it is that there's somebody. I can even be a visiting lecturer or something. I don't mind, so long as I get the honorary degree. Anyway, and then Belinda, you started your YouTube channel. Talk to us about this, because you're a journalist. Like, guys, this is a decorated seasoned journalist on the live stream. I don't know how much you'll have paid to like have this. Let me put that one. Let me just start from scratch, because you guys are not getting the veracity of the guests we have on the live stream today. This is look at that. Look at those pictures. This is a seasoned journalist. She's a seasoned content creator, and now she's a lecturer who teaches communication and journalism. Guys, we have a lecturer in the room. Like, she was not just a practitioner, but now she is teaching. It's like becoming a professor, It's like becoming a professor. So, and then now she started her YouTube channel. Hey, woman, can you tell us more about your life? Because how do you do all these things? How do you juggle? How did you become a lecturer? Now, why did you start a YouTube channel? Because now we want to know. You have to tell us about your channel. What made you start this YouTube channel? What is the plan? What is the plan? Is this going to be like a TV station, Belinda Melvin Media? What is going on? Tell us. We are listening.
Okay. So the channel, I started my channel in 2021. And in 2021, I was an intern at TV Magharibi. So I felt like starting the channel, it was basically for me to keep my content there, because I never wanted to forget how I started. I wanted to one day when I blow up one day, I'll want to look at the journey and appreciate where I came from. So the reason as to why I started the channel was to just keep my work there. But now life happened, shift happened. The moment I decided to resign from the company that I was working for, I started as an intern, and then I got retained there. And as I got retained, I worked there for 2 years, and then I called it a wrap. So while I was thinking of resigning, I told myself, you know what? So I have a YouTube channel that I've been I wasn't serious about it. It was just uploading my work. I wasn't serious about it. I was just I do a story, I upload it there. Once it's aired, I put it there. So 2022, towards the end, when I called it a wrap to the company that I was working with, I had decided I'm going now to focus on content creation. I was like, if I'm not going to get employed in any media house, now that I'm quitting this and I'm not like assured of what tomorrow has for me, then I'll have to like create my own media house. So I'm not like being employed in any media house, then I have to make my YouTube channel become my own media house where like I can, because it is a platform that you're given, we can express whatever views that we feel like we need to share with people. So that's how I started my channel. I started my channel in 2021, but it was basically for just uploading my work. But again, like I said, life happens, shift happens. So as the shift was happening, that's now when I decided now to venture. So January 2023, in fact, the 1st of January 2023, I uploaded now my first video. And that time I was still like trying to re-strategize on how like my life is going to be, because you know what, now I'm not at work. I've packed like my everything. I've gone back to my parents. I have no job and stuff. So I was like, me, I'll do whatever that I have right now. So I started like uploading the village content because I was at home. I'll do content with my siblings. They will support me, and by then they are very supportive, very very supportive. Like I want to do something, and I'm like, camera. They will be there to support. So even my mom. I remember the days I used to laugh when my mom, you will like tell her to capture you, and then she will be like moving with you, and then she forgets like she's shooting you. She's into like, so that's how like last year, January last year, January the 1st last year, it's when now I decided now to focus with content creation. And here we are right now. 1 year down the line, we are monetized. We thank God, and we guys made it possible. Like I can't say it's my doing, because minus audience, there's no Belinda Melvin. So you guys, you just have to know that I depend on you guys, because if I have no audience, there's no Belinda Melvin. So I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I really appreciate each and every one of you.
Congratulations on your monetization, by the way. Congratulations on your monetization. That has not been easy. We are going to talk about this tomorrow, because Belinda Melvin is going to be having the party of the century tomorrow. It's an all-white party. If you are on her channel right there, I can see about five. I think about 6 of you are there right now. If you're there on the channel, I want you to RSVP for this party, because I'm going to be there. If I'm going to be there, where will you be? You know, if Goga is going to be at the party, you all have to be there. The party is already here. It has been scheduled. So we'll be talking about the monetization journey tomorrow. I don't want to ask any questions on it. You look at that, guys. It's an all-white monetization party. So those of you have outfits that you've never worn, and they are white, and you've been looking for a place to go and wear those white outfits, this is where it's happening tomorrow. Come and celebrate her. Come and celebrate this sister of ours tomorrow. Come and enjoy the monetization party and the 2K milestone. That is what we are going to tomorrow. We are going to see what the Lord has done, and we say congratulations. So Belinda, I want you to talk about just talk about this party tomorrow. What should we expect? Just drum up like a bit of support for this party before we finalize the conversation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Goga. The party, basically, I just felt that urge to just say thank you to my audience, because the journey hasn't been easy. When I decided to focus on content creation, like if you ask me like today we'll be celebrating this, I'll be like, no way. But it took like that glimpse of faith telling myself, I can do this. And tomorrow, basically, it's just to share our stories, the highlights, like how the journey has been in terms of creating content, To give thanks to everyone, because I believe gratitude, to me, gratitude is a must. And the Bible also says, in everything, give thanks, however small it is. So I'm just there to just thank you and to tell you, come see what the Lord has done. It hasn't been easy. It's something that I've been praying for. And right now it's happening. So come see what the Lord has done for this girl over here. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
I think about the
And
part, you are all welcome. Don't worry. Come the way you are. Come the way you are. We celebrate together. It's just appreciating you, my audience, because you made it possible. Minus you, trust you me, there's no Belinda Melvin there. One of you for making it happen. Yeah. Anything else?
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. And we are looking forward to that event tomorrow, and we'll be there. We will be there no matter what. We'll be there no matter what, and we are looking forward to it. Guys, before I release Belinda, she's been with me here for 2 hours. I think she's actually spent a lot of extra time here, but it was necessary for us, to have her, just to be able to appreciate that aspect. The last question I'm going to ask you before we do our parting shot, because hey guys, did you hear what I just said? Parting shot. Before I do the parting shot, like journalists normally ask, the last thing I'm going to ask you just to talk about is talk to us about that one piece of advice from where you sit, out of your journalism career, out of your experience as a lecturer of journalism and communication. What are those pieces of advice you'll give to content creators or even aspiring content creators who are just starting, looking as an insider in the field of journalism? That one advice or two pieces of advice that you'll give, in case they forget everything you've said on this live stream tonight. What is that one thing that you don't want them to forget? And that becomes like the advice. Then the second aspect of that question is to the people who may be interested in pursuing journalism as a career. Some people may come into content creation, but content creation can also be like a trigger for somebody to like pursue journalism. What if, and I was just thinking about it and I was like thinking of this interview, and I say, what if I all of a sudden got interested and I actually want to become a journalist because I'm doing content creation? Sometimes you got inspired the opposite way. You started off as a journalist and now you got inspired with content creation. But it may also work the reverse way. I may start off as a content creator, but I may be inspired to become a journalist. So the second aspect of that question will be to the people who want to like become journalists. What is that advice that you can also have for them? So you are giving advice to content creators in case they forget anything that you've said in this show. What is that one thing you want them to remember? And then the last thing will be to the aspiring journalists who are the content creators here who may become journalists, because the reverse is also true.
Okay, so I know, like with content creation, something that we have not mentioned is it comes with a lot of pressure. It comes with a lot of, and it's not just in content creation, even in the field of journalism. Look at what pressure has caused, like the pressure of where is your kid schooling, like where do you live, which car do you drive, which iPhone are you using and stuff. So what I would say is life, it's a journey, it's not a race. It is a journey, it's not a race. So go with your own timelines. Go with your own timelines, because I know this is not something that people will tell you, but the pressure is too much out there. People have a lot of expectations. You have to know their expectations, and we have reality. So the fact that somebody saw you like doing it so well on YouTube doesn't mean that everything is just straight. You need to know that pressure is there, yes. And then you also have to know that the fact that someone like is getting more subscribers and is like going and going and going doesn't mean that you yourself, you're not doing it well. You have to know that you're not late, you are right on time, and where your channel is, God intended it to be there. So do not be like, because Goga right now is at 5K, I also like I have to by all means. No, Goga is running his own journey, his own race. I'm running mine. So the fact that I love using this analogy. If I'm traveling from Thika to Nairobi and I reach at Juja, Juja is not my destination. I still like have a long way to go. So if you feel like in terms of content creation, you feel like you are a late bloomer, you feel like things are not going okay and stuff, just know that even the slow progress, it's progress. Getting one subscriber is something. Getting one subscriber is something. So don't be like you, I don't know how to put it, but don't be so comfortable, or rather like you want more and you forget. Remember, where much is given, much is expected. So you need to put a lot of effort, and with time you'll get like you keep doing you. Do you, be you, for you. Your tribe will find you. Your tribe will find you. So if you feel like there's a lot of pressure, do not like overthink. You just have to relax and take content creation one step at a time. Today, like I've done it. Me, I used to like, you see this diary, I used to like journal each and everything in here. Today, like I've gotten one subscribers. Goga, I'll take note, and I'll thank God for that one subscriber. I used to like take note and say, "Oh dear Lord, thank you today." Today, like I'm looking forward to these subscribers, but like I thank God for what I have. It's important like we normalize that, like appreciating what we have rather than appreciating what we don't have. So as we work towards like having what we do not have, let's be comfortable and appreciate what we have first before going to. And then for those ones who like want to become journalist or aspiring journalist, I'll say, and I've said it before, learning is a continuous process. So the more you learn, the more you earn. And this life, you should never, like, to some point, never think of stop learning, because life itself like never stops teaching us. So each and every day, like life is teaching us. Even if it's not like in class, generally kwanza huku nje, life is teaching us, it's showing us pepe out here. So you should never like stop learning, because life itself never stops teaching. So you have to know that the more you learn, the more you earn. So if you feel like you can like you want to become professional at it, feel free. You can come join us at our institution, or rather do it somewhere else. It's still okay, because as you perfect on your skills and you do it, like I said, repetition is the mother of all skills. Maybe you started without you believing in yourself, but along the way you are doing it so well. And the more you learn, the more like we keep on interacting with new things, getting like being curious. Another tip that I forgot is curiosity. Always have nose for news. Like once you are in this creative space, like you need to stay updated. You need to be on toes. Like there is no room for being comfortable. You need to get on toes, get to know what is trending, what is happening, what is blah blah blah. So curiosity, you want to know something, you want to know how you can perfect your skills, then there is room for you. That's why we have the universities and the colleges that are offering these courses. And I love the way right now, the Media Council of Kenya, it's the one that normally accredits us. And I'm loving the fact that they've started appreciating content creators. They've started appreciating content creators in the sense that there was a time they were even giving journalists training on online journalism, because what most content creators are doing is online journalism. You see, so we can't assume that we'll remain in the traditional media, the TV and the radio. Like the world is shifting, the world is evolving, the media industry is evolving, technology itself is evolving, and right now we are in the technology era, so we need to stay updated. So for those ones thinking of learning, it's important to know that, yeah, the more you learn, the more you earn. So it's vital.
The more you learn, the more
Am
you
I
earn.
missing some?
The more you learn, the more you earn. That's a very powerful statement. Joe Delany is just saying, hey, Goga, let me write that down. Goga, wait, what did Birinda say? The more you learn, the more you earn. Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Rachel Faraja says, Belinda, lovely conversation. I will see you at the party tomorrow. Rachel Faraja is also my channel member, and she'll be joining us for the Sunday service next week. She'll be the guest the Sunday service next week. I will talk more about it, I think, as the week begins. Belinda, thank you so much. This was very insightful. I am so honored. I didn't know. I was just like, I wasn't interfering because there was just so much knowledge that you are pumping in our heads, and we needed that. One of the things that I will just say before we give Belinda a chance to just sign off and also say bye to you guys, because anyway, we're going to be hanging out with her tomorrow at the party. One of the things I've learned from mainstream journalism, mainstream journalism still tends to enjoy a lot of credibility. Like, yes, a content creator may do something, but people will always like cross-check. Was it on CNN? Was it on BBC? Was it on, like, you always want to clarify first, because if the mainstream media ran along with the story, mainstream media is still believed to have the resources, the expertise, and the skills to be able to like do all these things Belinda has been telling us. Be accountable, fact check, avoid plagiarism, all those things that we've been learning, bring humanity into the content. We need to move into a space where we can be, even as content creators, we can get to enjoy the respect of the people, because when I think of journalism and I think of content creation, they all serve one purpose, which is to disseminate information. It's just that sometimes some of us will disseminate it. I'll bring in a lot of drama, but I will still disseminate the information. A journalist will bring in some bit of seriousness in disseminating that information. But the goal is really to just disseminate, inform, and make people help people make informed decisions based on how you pass that information. So I think I like the conversation. I think we'll still continue having more of these conversations. And I just want to say thank you so much, Belinda, for just bringing in the aspect of journalism. And, you are just trying to tell us that think of all those skills and the rules that we play by in journalism and see how you can apply them in your channel. You end up building credibility. When Goga says something, it becomes law and people believe it. And because they're like, yeah, he kind of checks out these things before he speaks. When Belinda Melvin comes and tells us something, she's credible. She's a journalist, and whatever she says, she has done all the fact checking and everything. You become an authority because you are living by the ethics. You are living by the laws. You're not violating the guidelines. And that makes you get a lot of respect even as a content creator. So Belinda, for me, that is my takeaway here. I like when you're introducing the channel yourself, when you're giving us the tips at the beginning on some of the things we need to like think about. Watch people. I watch these co-hosts. I watch these people. I watched Trevor Noah when Trevor Noah used to be on the on the Trevor Noah show before he resigned. I loved how he did his interviews. It's the David Letterman's. It's those guys. I like watching how they handle interviews. It's like because you learn so much from just watching them. It is the CNN anchors, Christina Manpour even interviewing very difficult guests. It's the locally people like Caroline Motoko and how straight talking they are. I used to hope to be a radio host some time back, but nowadays I'm just like, I don't need to be a radio host. I have my own show. And I'm doing just fine. So for me, I just say there's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in this particular space. So please, I'm giving you a chance now to just promote yourself, sell yourself, and then we'll be able to release you so that you can go about there. Because I know you have a class tomorrow. I don't want to keep you so late because I know you also sleep early. So please take it away. I'll put you on solo layout just for you to do that. Right. I think it should be fine.
Okay. I'm good, Goga. Thank you for that. And I'm very much humbled. Like I said, words. Normally, whenever like I'm happy, I lack words to express myself. So I'd like to talk to you who are watching. I can't say like viewers and stuff, because also in journalism, when you are addressing someone, it's one individual. So to you, don't know who is watching me, because there's that, you don't say like my viewers. You have never had like when someone introducing like you will. By the way, do you know today is Kiswahili? Ni siku ya Kiswahili. We actually forgot that. So like if I was to introduce, let's say, that story, like I won't say like my viewers and stuff. Normally a journalist, you refer to one viewer at a time. Ni hujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, or my viewer and stuff. So to you watching me right now, I'd like to say that we all have something about ourselves that we'd like to change. And the only way we can control that is how we deal with that. And in this case, we just have two options. You can either lay low or you decide to stand tall. I, Belinda Melvin Wanyangu, I choose to stand tall, focus on the goal, and chase my dream. So the choice is yours. Like, we can't help where we come from, by the way. No one like if we were given a chance to like say what kind of family that we'd like to have, then I think like everyone will be like just enjoying life. We can't help where we come from, but we can make the difference. We can choose to become who we want. So there's nothing you cannot do, there's nothing you cannot be, and finally there's nothing that you cannot have. If you're going to try, do it all the way. It's not like my words. I was once listening to Steve Harvey, and I thought it twice to take it down. There's nothing you cannot do, there's nothing you cannot be, and there's nothing you cannot have. So whatever that you sent your mind to do, you can do it, because you are well able. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. If you are that person who affirm to yourself, I can do it, I'm creative, I'm a great content creator. Like, I love affirmations. Like, I don't have like to wait for someone else to tell me that I'm good at what I do. I first of all like start by affirming to myself, Belinda, you are doing great. Belinda, you can do this. You know you're a great content creator. You know you're a great journalist. You know you're creative and stuff. So you have to, like, if you want, you have decided that you want to do it all the way. And then these ideas that normally come to us, it was once a thought, it became a word, and finally, if it was a thought and then it became a word because you spoke about it, do not just speak and leave it at that. Speak and then do the action. Action speak louder. Don't be just that person. You say, and there's nothing that you're doing. So even if you're like I'll start doing content, do not just say it. Start doing it. You don't have to be perfect in day one. You don't have to like care about the quality at the moment as you start. You just do it all the way. Start with whatever that you have. You will perfect it like later on, because no one was perfect, even if the quality is bad. And also learn learn to share your own work. Don't be there telling people that, and guys, please share me out, and you haven't like done anything. No one will get to know that Goga exists if Goga does not like share his own work. So you need to share your own work. Like, people get to know Belinda is doing 1, 2, 3 because I shared my work. But what if I fail and I'm waiting for other people to do it? Then we are getting it the wrong way. And above everything else, success is when preparation meets opportunity. So as you prepare your channel to blow, as like you're preparing for the success of your channel, like you want to reach 100K and stuff, because you have been in that hashtag 100K before the year ends. So what are you doing? So as you prepare, remember, success is when preparation meets opportunity. So let's keep preparing as we wait for our opportunity. And Goga, thank you so much. I do appreciate. I don't take these lightly. I'm so honored. I'm so honored. There's one thing to be I don't know how to put it. But being on Goga's panel, it's something else. I went at PMC
Yeah.
to just tell
Yeah.
him that I've received my regards. And then Rob Allbanks was like, I'm yearning to be on Goga's panel. And I'm like, yo, so you see, like, people like, so being on this panel, it's not like something to take it for granted or rather lightly. So I'm so humbled. Thank you for this chance and thank you for having me. And to everyone watching us from both sides, we really, 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 really appreciate you on behalf of Goga. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Blessings in abundance and see you tomorrow at my party. It will be good vibes and inshallah. So all are welcome. Thank you and see you tomorrow or later on.
All right. All right, guys. This is the affirmation. This is the affirmation. I think it's muted. This is a gentle reminder. So just listen. It takes bravery to break old habits, to turn the voice inside of your own head and say, I will not let you speak to me that way. It takes courage to sit down and have a conversation with your mistakes. I'll repeat that. It takes courage to sit down and have a conversation with your mistakes. Growth is uncomfortable, slow, and rarely steady. But I promise you that nothing in the full bloom will ever tell you that the struggle isn't worth it. Take a moment to realize just how far you've come. Look at all the bridges you have crossed and all the scary things you've done. There were times you thought the world was ending, and yet you still held on to see it through. I know you don't give yourself credit for the little things, but there is strength in those things too. Forever is only the sum of right nows. I want you to remember that. Forever is only the sum of right nows. You will never have everything figured out. Life is allowed to look like a Renaissance piece and a work in progress at the same time. Don't wait until the day is perfect to rise up and watch the sunrise. Forever is only the sum of right nows. You will never have everything figured out. Life is allowed to look like a Renaissance piece of work and a work in progress at the same time. Don't wait until the day is perfect to rise up and watch the sunrise. This was your host, Goga, signing out of the Sunday service. It was such an honor having each and every one of you on this show today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your grace. And may you have an amazing and beautiful piece of week ahead of you.